Ooh, hello stream. Everyone good?
Yes.
I'm gonna try to go fishing because it's like 8:20. We've got links down below. There's a YouTube there. Go subscribe. Discord server also. You can click on that and you can go look at our Discord server. It tells you when we're live. You can also I don't know, cry. Emotions, express your emotions. Well, yeah. Joined by wonderful, as always, Keeps. As always, pretty Leah. Thanks, Leah, for doing good work.
Prettiest of layouts.
Pretty layout, yes. That's right, prettiest.
Yo, that's a cool layout.
It's really good.
Oh
Hey,
God, I
that's
wonder
pretty
who made
good.
it.
It screams my barbarism. There we
It's
go.
very sharp and pointy.
Yeah, I was going for that. So.
Yeah, as always, let us know if there's something wrong with the stream so we can fix it.
Please chat, tell us.
We're working on it, we promise.
I mean, we except Lucky, we can't fix Lucky.
No.
That's an
Trust me, I've tried.
I came broken. I'm IKEA assembly that they
On
just
this
lost all the
stream,
parts for.
It
There's
looks
no
like
screws.
horse's mark.
Horses in Mark's spot.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Good
Oh
lady,
my
right?
god.
So yes, unfortunately, we're missing our beloved Mark. He is camping with family. Isn't that lovely? Spending Easter with family.
Mark is-
Fucking disgusting.
Mark's right there.
Mark's become a horse.
Yeah,
so
but
he's
he's
trying to
in
get.
character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to get
Method
that
acting.
Ethel.
Ethel is
He's
currently
not actually half
sleeping
horse.
on Magnus's couch.
Yeah, Ethel's not half horse, he's half greyhound.
Which is horse.
Half horse or half human?
Oh, fucking
So meta.
the fucking proportions in that is insane.
Big greyhound body.
No, I'm just imagining just the fucking human hips or something just attached to like a greyhound body.
Just like it tapers so thinly.
Yeah, just uncomfortably
I could
so.
draw that. I won't, but
Please.
I could.
Please, don't do it. That's so
Please
funny.
don't.
How much do I have to pay you?
How much are you willing to pay?
$200.
What?
I'll draw a lot for $200.
Minus
Very porn.
150. Minus 150.
Lucky just wants to see it.
Yeah, he keeps asking for it actually.
I just want to see Sonic Emperor. That's all I want. There's not enough of it on the
Just
internet.
Google it.
You already sent us a GIF in Discord.
I've been through the internet.
Yeah,
There's not enough.
Not
Get
enough.
busy, artists. Please make sure when you go to our Discord, we've got an art channel. Just send us Sonic Emperor.
Please don't. I'll believe it.
Yeah, you will be banned.
Oh, dude.
Just DM it to Lucky.
You can send it directly to me. I'll be like, who the fuck is that message, man? I am Icarus and have flown too close to the sun. The sun is a pregnant blue hedgehog.
Someone please help me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home actually.
Can I come with you?
You wanna come to my house?
Yeah.
Be
Yeah,
here
okay.
for hours.
We can play
I'm
games.
trapped.
We can play Fortnite together.
With what? Oh yeah, they have like Nintendo Switches at my place.
Nice,
Like,
let's do it.
Oh yeah, you can't get it on an iPhone anymore, can you?
Nah.
Rep Epic Games. Epic Games doing God's work. Smiting Apple.
Respect. Anyway, everyone ready to get cracking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, interesting, like 5 minutes. That's an improvement.
we did it, guys.
As nightmares of the past begin to look like the only path forward, the party begins to negotiate which route they will take to face their enemy. Before them, a multitude of choices, none of which are safe, and the question of who will accompany them on their journey. Standing in the chaotic shipbuilder Magnus Tarnok's office, the party stands ready to decide upon their crew. The question is, can they be trusted?
Not when you phrase it like that.
Wait, the crew or Magnus?
The crew.
Anyone?
Yeah, what if we accidentally hire a bunch of cultists?
Hey guys, it's us, it's me, non-suspicious crew member with knife.
We kill them all.
And here's my bag of not cocaine.
I am not smuggling people.
Believe it.
Do not go in the storage room. Do not go.
This is not my pot of greed. I will not draw 2 more cards.
Anyway, we'll open with not Magnus's. It was the kind of it's loud. Trying to remember. Fuck. I don't know about anything down. It's coming to bite me.
Me, Magnus
right,
from National
Lucky.
Tiles.
Yeah.
Magnus from National Tiles.
Yeah. Entire fucking. It's all tiled. Like what the fuck? Why is it sinking? It's all tiled.
Sorry.
Alright.
Finest of Portsmouth.
All right. So, have you decided on how you want the rooms formatted?
Yes, we have decided
Yes.
Shams, have you thought about it at all?
So long as I have a garden, I'm
A
a happy
garden.
turtle.
A garden?
Perfect.
Mm.
Lynn, I'm assuming you would like a room separate.
Yeah, I think that would just be better keeping Ella. Like, I would be fine sleeping in the rooms, but I feel like just to make sure Ella's safe, I'd like a room with her, and then possibly, I might supervise over the infirmary sometimes, so I might want to be close to there as well.
Ella's welcome to stay with the Bunkin boys.
Oh, it's okay. I can put her in
I
my
mean,
room.
yeah, if you're sure, but
New member.
No, don't worry. It's
Okay.
fine. Yeah, thank you for the offer, though. I really appreciate it.
no worries.
Zeph, have you thought at all what you would like?
Well, I was gonna say garden. So.
So a garden is a must, I assume.
Million loves gardening.
If there's room for
Me too.
Right, well,
Maybe, I don't know. Some place to keep all the weapons. What do you call that? An armor?
an armory.
Yeah, one of those. Definitely.
Do I have to keep my weapon there?
No.
Oh, cool.
Do I? Does he? Do
No.
I? Okay,
No,
cool.
I mean-
it's more for the crew, I believe.
Ah, right.
Maybe I shouldn't leave it in the dorm, though.
I think it's too heavy for normal crew to lift.
Oh, good point.
It's so strong.
I gotta hand the end of the
No.
maul
Yeah.
to Zeph.
Because with my eight strength.
It's not really
Oh,
that
you're
heavy, is it?
right.
Ah!
Do you need a hand? What
Yeah.
is-
Are you?
I just let go and get it. Oh, it's fine.
It's really not that
Well, if they're like Zeph, then I think you will probably have no problem.
Okay, just don't get anyone too strong.
That was a little bit embarrassing for you.
I know.
Alright,
My pride is hurt. Real
Well,
bad.
you can think on it. Perhaps you need to do a little bit of working out.
That's like push-ups and stuff, isn't it?
Yes, they're not that hard.
Not always. I mean, a workout could be.
Just endless backflips like Zeph does.
I can do a backflip.
Did we already
Good
decide?
for.
That's the most I can do.
Did we already decide on the cannons? I feel like we've already had that
Yes,
discussion.
yes.
Weapons were decided, and I think your crew armament as well was decided.
Huh?
The
Oh
armor
yeah,
and stuff they
yeah,
were
that's
wearing.
true.
Yes.
Cool.
So I think that will be. I will work from the bottom up. So the bottom level, if it is possible, we will have engineering room there. I think that makes sense
yes, for
with
the
the
spell
cannons.
Oh
yes.
yeah.
The armory would be a good place
Yeah.
to have that alongside where the engineer is.
Oh, that's smart.
Yes, I am definitely smarter than some.
Very.
Well, at least when it comes to this.
Wow.
Um, Storage, I think we could benefit from a little bit extra storage. I was thinking when we are off doing something on land, perhaps we can give the crew an opportunity to maybe do some mercantile things with the ship, something like that. Perhaps they can make a little bit of money for us.
Wait, we
while
can
are-
make money with the shipping?
Of course.
Yes.
Oh.
How do you think I am so wealthy? Well,
Well,
my family.
I know you make money with shipping. I just never assumed that we could do that with our ship.
Yes, of course. It is something to discuss later, of
Yeah.
course, but I think it would be a smart business venture, at least. So a larger storage area down the bottom, I think, would be good, especially if we got a long journey or something like that. In the middle, I think large dorms would probably be the better way to go because we don't want everybody to be cramped together. I don't really fancy the spread of disease or
I don't
people
like
getting
confined
very-
spaces.
people getting very upset or anything like that, especially when you travel for weeks on end on sea. You don't want to be at each other's throats all the time just because you are so close. So you're good with that?
Makes sense.
Yes.
Makes sense.
And we'll stay there.
Yeah,
Right, Zeph?
that's fine. We can meet. We can make more friends. We can increase the bunkin boys with the crew.
Oh god, it's kind of me.
The bunkin,
The
The bunk.
because we're all bunking together.
Don't ever say that again.
Oh, please.
Just whisper.
Probably safe in the sea.
I still heard it.
Oh.
No.
We can talk about this later.
Yeah.
Never again.
I was thinking
high five that.
perhaps we could make a partition or something, if that is possible, in the
Of course.
dorms, so that we could have a private space for all of you, and then the rest of the crew are in the larger.
Would you like that private space to include the officers, or like?
Do you want to do it for the officers?
I think it might be. I assume the officers might expect a little bit more space
Privacy.
given their
Yeah.
position.
Sure, then yes, that would be great, thank you.
Nods. Jotting it all down on a notebook.
Also, I think it is good idea to have the infirmary as well around that area, because you never know. I mean, on sea, lots of cuts and scrapes happen. If people are at each other's throats, then they will most likely need to have a little bit of medical advice, perhaps. I was also thinking, because it is something to do with healing people, perhaps you would like your room with Melian and with Ella to be on that level as well.
Yes, I think being closer to that way I could be a bit of a hand if ever necessary for anything.
Perfect. Well, I also think the kitchen should be close by as well, and the mess hall. Does that sound good
Yes.
for everyone?
Is it gonna have lots of lettuce?
I hope so. I hope so. We can always make sure that in the garden, which I think we should put up the top for closer access to the sunlight, I think we could have vegetable or something. Vegetable.
Can we grow some fruit?
portion.
Can we grow some strawberries?
Will a tree grow in a boat? Oh, strawberries can grow in a boat.
Trees? No, probably not, because you need deep soil for that, probably. So maybe more shallow roots and things like
If
that.
you put a tree in and if it grows too much, its roots are going to encompass the soil, and therefore like nothing else is going to be able to grow in it, and therefore the tree will take up too much space. Then we need to get rid of it. But if it's just vegetables and smaller growing plants, then we have plenty of topsoil and good nutrients in there. All the macros will work together to allow all the plants to grow happy and green and healthy, lots of vigor and bear lots of fruit.
What the
What?
is this shit, man?
What?
What are you talking about?
What happened?
I didn't know you were smart.
I worked on a farm.
Oh, that's cool.
Macronutrients in the soil.
You gotta get your NPK right. Your nitrogen, your potassium, and your phosphates.
What's a nitrogen?
Nitrogen is a chemical that helps plants grow.
Okay.
Phosphates help for root growth.
Canonically, I respect Zeph being a dodgy father there. Even Flo's just like, what the fuck?
Phosphates are good for root development, and potassium's good for overall vigor, color of the leaf, and actual bearing of the fruit.
Okay.
Explain to me quickly what is a phosphate. Do you know?
Phosphates are like phosphorus, anything with like phosphorus in it.
I figured, but what is phosphate to you? What?
Chicken poop. There's lots of phosphates in chicken poop. And cow poop. And sheep poop.
Interesting.
Why don't you be in charge of the garden? It sounds like you know what you're doing. And I can help. I can do the heavy lifting.
I can do that. I haven't gardened in a few years.
This is gonna be so sick for Zeph. Just a chance to actually like just chill
Huh.
and not murder people.
No, you
Thanks for your
see a
kindness.
very, very like genuinely like probably like 8-year-old child like kind of like smile, like genuine happiness just like roll over Zeph's face at the thought.
Shamms just looks like surprised.
Huh.
Yes.
I mean, I don't want to take it away from anybody else if they want to do it.
Zeph, I think you'd make a great.
I personally
God.
love garden. I mean, Melian would probably come in there to help out with you.
Oh, we can run the garden together.
If that's something that she
If sh-
wants and what you want.
Yeah.
But you can run the garden.
I'm happy.
Maybe she would organise like the actual organisation bit of it.
Yeah.
And you
I
could
didn't
have,
really do
like,
that. I just tended to the crops.
The gardening.
God
yeah.
bless
Maybe
you.
that would be a good thing, the two of you working together.
Yeah, if she can help me organize stuff.
She could organise everything.
Okay. I like that.
We'll ask her. I'll ask her when I come home. But
Thank you.
maybe there's something that she likes doing. We have so many plants
Whoa,
in my house.
have you got succulent?
Oh, dead.
Have you got
No.
what do you got?
Million has friends.
Have you got creepers, climbers, little succulents going over the window porch?
Honestly, I personally don't know about everything that we have in there,
Okay.
but it's just a lot. We have some that's like in a plant, like on like the ceiling, and it like comes down. And then we have like the little ones.
Certain
the
geraniums
flowers.
can do that.
And
That's
then
nice.
sometimes there's like the flowers. And then she was thinking about having like actual vines on the walls sometimes. And I was
No,
like,
no,
maybe
no,
not,
no,
we
no,
shouldn't
no,
do
no,
that.
no, no, no,
But she was like,
no
very
vines,
obsessed
no
with
vines.
like,
I grew some
Mhm.
vines on the back of the house once, and I got scolded because it got into the roof.
Okay, well we haven't done that yet. We just had the small plants.
No vines. I mean, if we want to put vines in, that's fine, and they'll just need a bit more upkeep.
Will the garden have a glass ceiling or no ceiling?
It's like, well, I mean, you can have a glass ceiling. I can do that. I was just going to use magical lights.
Magical lights are fine as long as it's getting some form of photosynthesis.
Yeah, we enchant them with the daylight spell.
Okay.
Explain to me very quickly what is photosynthesis, Zeph.
It's when plants eat up the rays of the sun because they eat sunlight and it turns into energy, and then they expel air, and then we breathe in the air.
I appreciate the dedication to the 8 in with the photosynthesis explanation. I
Sunlight's very important.
because it's technically incorrect, but it's the basic principle.
What? That's not incorrect, is it? That sounds pretty good to me.
Well, because it also takes in carbon and goes into oxygen.
Yes.
Oh,
it also
right.
Yes, and also.
Yeah.
eats-
But eats sunlight, spits out air.
That's why it's such a harmonious balance between humans and plants, because they need photosynthesis, but they also need carbon dioxide, and then they expel oxygen. and we
Don't
get the
forget
oxygen.
that humans need to destroy the rainforests. Just for funsies.
Alright, well, for the top level, I was thinking, of course, the captain's quarters, and the garden, I guess. I think that is everything that you mentioned to us was possible on the ship, so I think that is a good use of our time.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Anybody have any objections?
No, I think this is lovely myself.
He like finishes noting it all down, and then he claps his hand like an unseen service in like metal, like one like a metal like a almost like an automaton, like some sort of like an animated kind of scarecrowy stick figurey thing comes running up, takes the book and runs off. Anyway, so I've also prepared people to be interviewed today as well. If
Yes.
you'd be interested.
Mhm.
We will start with which group would you like to start with? We can start with just the basic crew. Or, you know,
Basic.
we can kind of start with your officer corps. You've got, you know, medical officers, the quartermaster, the engineers, the chefs, navigators, and first mates. So, like, it's up to you which ones you want to start with.
Can we start with the crew?
Sure. We will start with the crew then, unless anybody has any objections.
Alright.
Oh my god, his big sound.
Ethel also says pumpkins.
So, yeah, you watch as
it's
Magnus
supposed to
leads
be
you guys into, like, a small kind of interview almost room.
Yeah.
You know, there's, like, tables set out with water, stuff like that, just, like, for you guys to sit there for a bit, because you'll be interviewing people. And then he leads in, like, a group of 3. You first of all see this very short, very like cloaked figure with like a black beak protruding from its eyes and like her very beady eyes. Kenku. He's kind of got his hands kind of clasped under his robes and all that. Then you see you watch as this large lineman ducks under the door frame. You must have been probably about 7 foot. Like he's a really tall, well built, kind of this very kind of like this lion man, so a Leonin. And he's kind of got like braids in his mane and stuff like that.
Cool.
And then you kind of see this kind of human woman in kind of like light sailing, like sailor kind of armor and garb. Kind of like a cutlass on one side. Kind of bled in as well. And then Magnus introduces him more. He points at the kind of small kenku and he says, "This is Crow. He leads a crew of kenkus. This is Grio. He leads a collection of tabaxi and leonins. And this is Stella, who leads a very kind of your typical sailors, I would imagine. A bit rambunctious, drinky, fighty, you know, I imagine you would be used to it, Captain. Kind of. They do the.
You are meaning to call all of my crews rambunctious and brawlers,
I mean.
Magnus?
It
Do
depends
I
how
give
you
off
run.
that impression?
Magnus kind of like he's just like, well, going to skip that one. I think I stepped on a landmine, so we're just going to skip that little comment, and we'll get away with the question. Feel free to ask them.
The really massive guy. The tiger. Did you say he was a tiger?
Like a lion.
Lion, right.
Lion man.
Did you give us his name?
Griot.
Wait, sorry, did you give us the name Griot?
Yes.
Okay.
I can introduce him to Griot.
Griot,
Yes.
can you pick this up? I'm gonna...
He picks it up in one hand.
Oh shit.
Okay, you can give it back to me now.
Puts it down again. Okay.
Sham writes in his notes, not the lion. That's all of my questions.
What was the name of the human?
Stella.
Stella.
No one else can carry my hammer. My maul is mine and mine alone.
And it was Crow, right?
Yes, Crow.
C
I should probably, spelling that. I should probably said, Magnus introduces
Sorry, so not it's right. Sorry,
Yeah.
I missed that.
Okay.
It's a kangaroo. They all have names like that. Should have
Yes,
some-
car. This is kid.
This is. This one's.
And here's Gary.
He was born in a dragon attack.
Alright.
Are they like-
You good?
Are they like lyrebirds where they can kind of reproduce whatever sound? Or
They are cursed to mimic. They can only say words that they've heard, but they mimic it perfectly.
Oh, okay.
Like how Bumblebee in the Transformers
Yeah.
movie does that.
Sick.
Like a full sentence and then changes to a different kind of sentence on a different tone, a different voice.
Sick. Sounds perfect. For
But yeah, kangaroos communicate with each other relatively well through like clicking and hand symbols and stuff like that. They've kind of developed their own kind of code, but they guard it quite jealously.
Sure.
So there's not many people that actually speak it outside of kangaroos.
That sounds like it could be a problem.
No, well they can. Yeah, I think the communication with the kangaroo will be tough.
We haven't spoken to them yet.
Well,
Yeah, no, we'll see.
One of the most basic questions that I think is important to ask is how long have you all been sailing for? Grior, is it?
Yes. Well, my crew and I, we are very tight knit. We are, in a way, a traveling group of minstrels who provide escort to freighters normally as guards and general crew as the such. We have been sailing. Well, my family's been in the business over multiple generations. So we are kind of brought up this way. We are one of the many kind of more nomadic groups, but we quite enjoy the ocean we have found, which is unusual for our kind.
And just on that, obviously you have said that you are quite a tight-knit group. I'm just wondering, would they listen to you more than they would listen to me as the captain?
He pauses for a second. We haven't had a problem with it yet, but we are like a family. I am currently their leader, but they have never disobeyed an order so far. I imagine they would have problems if it was suicidal in nature or issues such as that, but we have not had a problem with any of our recent voyages.
Can I insight check?
Sure.
Oh.
Is that
No,
count?
I reckon roll it again. That's floating.
Okay.
That's a lot better than 1.
I think that's an 18.
Damn.
18.
Yeah, he's telling the truth.
Right, so if I were to say that we should dock at this point, and there is supposed to be a very heavy storm in the area, and you verbalized to me that you are very much against settling in that area because of whatever dangers you think there might be. And the rest of your group, the crew, they are aware that you don't think it's a good idea. Would they go with me or would they go with you?
Well, I would never publicly exclaim it like that. I would privately offer advice if you would like it from us. I have had some captains that quite are resistant to it, but we typically don't stay with them for too long.
Well, I quite like having the advice of my crew members. I don't want to endanger anyone, of course.
Yes, my practice so far has been to avoid public exclamations of doubt in a captain's plan. What happens in private conversations, however, between crew members is outside my control.
Of course. Well, I think that is an excellent answer. I quite like that. Just for the record, I was not implying that I would do anything to endanger any of my crew. In fact, I think I will be attempting to do the opposite, of course. I was just curious as if there is any sort of disagreement between you and myself. That is probably not a very good thing for morale.
He nods.
Stella, what about yourself?
Look, I've been a sailor for as long as I can remember.
Jesus! I want Stella!
My crew come and go, but we normally manage to round up a few more here or there between ports. I keep as tight a leash as I can, but...
Yes, I have been told that you are quite the rambunctious sort.
Yes, we enjoy drinking, cards, gambling as the such.
It's like, I like it!
We enjoy those sorts of games. It's good for morale. A bit of grog never hurt anyone, except for that one guy that fell off the ship. But...
Interesting, and you have been sailing together for how long, sorry?
I've been sailing for most of my life. Some of the newer members of my crew, maybe a few months. Some of the older ones have been with me since the beginning.
So not a tight-knit group.
We're not super tight. I mean, you know, friendships form, romances blossom. That happens with groups, but we're not, you know.
Alright. And if I were to have a disagreement with you on where we should go, if you are not a tight-knit group, would they follow you? Or would they go where their money is?
Probably where their money is.
This guy's...
I will go where my money is as well, if that helps.
I mean, I respect it, but at the same time...
And by that you mean the money that we pay you?
Look, a crew that, you know, mutinies regularly is not a good crew. So there is more money in staying loyal.
You mutiny often?
No, we haven't mutinied. At least I
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, sure.
Ow. 12.
Yeah, she's telling the truth. She hasn't mutinied.
Okay. Okay.
I have one question. Can you lift this up?
Look, she picks it up with a bit more of a struggle, but she can get two hands around it. And like can like two-hand it. It's like very wobbly there.
Shamms.
Very interesting.
I go to Shamms at his ear. Don't look at her. She's shaking. She can barely hold it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'll take it back.
Yeah.
Out of interest, if there was an opportunity for when we are away to have some sort of business opportunity on the ship, what would you do with your share of what you earn?
Flo's asking the good questions.
It's like Holly knows
Yeah.
what to say, because Holly doesn't, you know.
It's like Holly.
Yeah.
Holly knows her pirate stuff.
Trying to think, because I think I dropped in Grado's voice for a second.
Hey ho!
More around a southern, wasn't it? Wasn't that something? But, you
Yep.
know.
Yeah.
Well, it works. Well, look, I've been saving up for, you know, retirement. But
And what is in your retirement plan? How soon would you be hoping to get to that point?
Look, as I'm sure many people would say, I'm looking to retire as soon as possible to just enjoy my life without a job for a bit before I keel over.
How old is she?
30, 40. Like,
Interesting. Well, I think that is an admirable life to strive towards. Another quick question, though. Even though they will go where the money is, what about if they have disagreements within one another? You said they are quite rambunctious. I am assuming they will settle things with their fists rather than with their words.
look, I'll try to break it up and keep it under control, but sometimes fists come out. Typically it's like a burst of anger before it kind of simmers down again. But I've been working on it, and I'll break up the fight when I see it, but if I'm on the other side of the ship.
Are the crew here as well, or is it just
It's just the kind of heads of like the crew.
Heads of the crew.
They're technically like officers, right?
Yeah.
Will they
Pseudo
be,
officers. Right?
what would their role be?
They're like a crew like liaison. Basically, so I don't have to deal with you guys telling talking I'll give names to them, but I don't have to do fully fleshed out personality transfer. I have to have 3 things, but basically they will be in charge of being kind of your voice to the crew.
Sure. Alright.
Excellent. Well, Cror, was it?
He nods.
What about yourself? How long have you been traveling with your current crewmates?
I'm not going to do a voice for this, but I'll describe the way he speaks. Basically, you hear hundreds of voices within his words. So, like, his voice changes constantly as he speaks.
Nah, Zeph is just like.
He responds with,
Oh no.
me and my broodmates have been traveling together for generations. We have sailing in our blood, per se, ever since our flight was taken.
So you are a close-knit group?
Yes, we are family.
Your family? And, well, forgive me for assuming here, but just of my own personal interactions with my own familial relationships. Family is quite a tricky thing. I imagine there are quite a few politics at hand, especially with a large family such as the crew that you are going to be supplying us with. No?
He nods.
And how do you manage the politics within the family group?
We talk
You talk?
about it.
Yes?
No use fighting amongst ourselves.
Mm-hmm. And what do you hope to get out of sailing? Do we have an end goal, or do you simply like the pleasure of being on the sea?
The same goal as the rest of my kind.
Which is?
How to fly again.
And where do you hope to find that?
Anywhere.
Hmm. Can I insight check him?
Sure. If you want, you can also roll a history.
Yeah.
For Kenku race law.
Can I do a minor illusion or something like that to kind of put on a more neutral face? Because right now Zeph's freaking the fuck out.
Sure.
So insight was an 18.
It's like,
History was not as good. 9 for me.
Okay. With the 9, vague stories. The Kenku race were punished.
Yeah.
Basically, I believe I wrote in the document for.
Actually, no. Fucking Zeph will just get out a little bit of ink or something and just write on his hand, and then on the hand it'll say to you, the voices. Voices freak me out.
So basically, Kenkus came from a certain group of Aarakocra that made a deal with devils during the time of Arandria. Mm-hmm. So they were one of the many groups that made deals with them, but they actually broke the terms of their deal with the devils, and in punishment, they lost their voice, and they are not allowed to and they can't fly. So the people are trying to they're quite rare. So a group like this is a very, very rare thing to see. but the only goal they've ever kind of publicly said as like if they capture like a thief or something, ask what they're doing. The only answer that they've ever got is to kind of fly again. So that's like a yeah. So that's probably like a DC 5 law for Kenkus. Is like that's their one like concrete thing that everyone's always said when they've like killed a Kenku or they've talked to one. Is like their goal is to figure out how to fly.
Right.
But like just get there and they fly, like not through like magic or anything like that.
And if you were to be given the opportunity, like I said, to have a business venture on the ship, what exactly would you do with your ability to sail the ship?
Almost in like a very kind of squeaky, like nerdy, like academic's voice, he responds with research.
Ah, you are interested in books.
Books that help us on our goal.
Do you have a favorite book that you've read?
No, they have not brought it about. One
Very
day.
well. I assume your favorite would be something that will give you the opportunity to fly again?
Give my people. There have been Kenku wizards that could fly again, but they could not give it to the rest of us.
Right, so you are hoping to find a solution for all of the Kenku, not just yourself.
He nods.
That is nice, I appreciate that. Well, even if you are not part of our crew, so to speak, I do so hope that you are able to find your answer.
Thank you.
I also have a question. Shamms hands them all out. Can you try to carry this, please?
he just shakes his head. No.
So
you kind of see like under his arms like these very like kind of almost frail bird arms.
Shamms nods in approval. Okay.
You know what? On that note, kind of gesturing to the three of them, how well can you and your crew handle yourselves in a fight should we come under attack? Be it monster or scallywags of the sea.
So Stella starts by responding and just says, well, we drill relatively regularly with the use of weapons. We are capable as any sailing group when it comes to fighting. Ideally, we'll avoid it, but
Well,
if push comes to shove, we will fight to defend ourselves and the ship.
I like this guy.
Griot responds by kind of turning around and you see on his back like this massive fucking greatsword. Like it's bigger than yours. I'm talking about. Like it's bigger like than the Morlock.
Wait, who is this? Like the line?
This is Griot.
Oh, my mistake.
Griot's like
Unacceptable.
like
must have
absolute like. But like I'm talking about like this is the kind of weapon that you could imagine like a half giant or something using. Like it's a big because he's seven. He's probably taller than everyone else. He's 7 foot. He's probably like nearly Ethel height. Like he's massive. And he kind of just says, "We are used to scraps here and there. I am quite capable with my sword and can deal quite a bit. Amongst us, we have many fighters. Some are quicker and faster in nature. They are my tabaxi kin. Us Leolin are typically stronger, kind of punchy fighters."
Well, that's a good
Got a
mix.
nice spread.
Good mix.
And then Craw kind of flicks back the tight curve and you see on his side 2 revolvers.
No. Okay, that's rad.
What are those things?
Corresponds in this very kind of maddened dwarven tinkerer's voice. Firepower!
I like this guy.
I'm glad you do, Shamms.
Can I tell that anything's off with
Yeah,
with
you
Zeph?
roll an insight check.
Are you still holding up the illusion that everything's okay?
Yeah, there's an illusion that my face is sort of just more like not. Yeah, my face looks good.
I think that's a 7.
Oh, cool. Nat 20 for a 28.
Nope, they're definitely not beating that.
Deception.
Yeah.
Keeping
Yeah.
it very cool.
Zeph's looking cool.
I'm
Okay.
looking cool.
Well, should we? Does anyone else have any more questions?
Lynn, do you have any questions? Because I have a few others.
No, not really for the crew. I don't really know much about being on a crew and everything like that. Most of my stuff goes into like medical expertise. I don't think I have any questions for them specifically at all.
Zeph, any questions?
I think I asked. I think I'm alright.
Shamms, do you have any questions?
No, I don't think I do.
Well, I was wondering actually, Crow, how does communication work for your brood mates? Do they all have the capacity to say, like, is the communication ever a barrier at all, or?
We have strived, probably I should go back. We have strived to teach our young the basics, but we have certain limitations due to our curse. Amongst us, I am the most fluent in. Well, we are all fluent and understand what you say to us. It's how eloquently we can respond. Everyone can say yes and no, but I am good at more sentences. They may sound a bit more broken up. Amongst each other, we have developed a system of clicks and hand symbols.
Right.
So I am able to communicate everything fully, even if my words cannot.
Very well. That is interesting. Very good to know. For you, Grior, I have a quick question about, like I said, there are potential for business opportunities as well. You said you have been traveling as guards and the like for a little while. I was wondering what you would be hoping to do if we are to entrust you with the ability to have a business venture on the ship.
Rio kind of like strokes kind of like the mane and stuff like that.
I don't want the fairies, but they're the best.
Yeah, the fairies are the best.
I don't want the fairies!
I don't want the crow people if
I
they
know.
talk like that.
I know. Yeah.
Because that's freaking Zeph right the fuck out.
Zeph looks perfectly normal at the moment.
Oh yeah, no, Zeph looks fucking
Just like,
I like these Kenkus.
Hey, with the power of magic, Zeph looks chill and calm.
We're going to confer.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
We'll go.
Grayo kind of like, strokes a beard and just said, our people use money for utilitarian purposes.
Mm-hmm.
We find more value in spending time with one another, building friendships.
so good.
I don't want the fairies.
It's like the dungeon master has done this on purpose.
I like, look, I based them on my family, so I'm like,
Moana
biased to-
means family.
However, I fucking love Kenkus. I couldn't have kobolds because I didn't write them into my world, but I did write Kenkus in, and I love them as well. Especially my fucking...
But imagine how happy Ella would be to like be hugged by like 5 people with soft fur falling down the child.
Shit about the
I love that's where you went with that. To hug furry.
Could you imagine Grio giving out her hug, just this giant lion man?
That's wholesome. That's wholesome.
I don't care. I'm trying to build the best crew possible. I don't want the fairies. It's
But it's
fucked
because
up.
they're wholesome and they're like
But
good people and
he-
they're strong.
He specifically made the humans the fucked up ones that none of us would want.
It seems pretty
Look at
realistic.
him.
Let's be
Look
honest.
at him.
Look,
He absolutely did. Look
well,
at
my
that
thought
face.
point is generic sailors for them.
I know.
So they're basically just your bog standard crew. They're probably the
Yeah.
cheapest ones,
Classic human move. Gambling?
Well, they're not just humans. They're
Classic
a spread of
humans.
races and stuff based on what they
Oh,
can get.
true.
But the fact that they don't have connection with each other
I don't
is
like that.
yeah,
And
that's
they like
that's
to
no.
gamble and fight and drink. Lynn's like,
they don't listen to. one
Zeph's cool.
another.
Yeah,
Well,
but
wait,
Zeph's
we-
cool with the gambling and the drinking and the fighting.
Are we consulting each
I'm
other?
not.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm agree. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm
No,
just
this above-
waiting
this
for
above.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So Grio, he goes to that points of family and says, we may occasionally buy luxuries like musical instruments and such. We enjoy that. I hope that wouldn't be a problem. We
No, not at all.
enjoy song. Also, we should add, as we are like a tribe and stuff, a few of our members are a bit younger.
Oh my fucking.
Ha.
They are all capable on the sea except for the newborns.
Newborns.
Sorry, is this the line?
Line,
guy?
yeah.
This is
Hold on.
real.
Newborns? You mean to
How?
take children on the sea, infants?
We have done that for generations. I'm sorry, this is just the way our tribe has done it. Do not worry, we handle caring and education as separate costs that won't be billed to you,
kids.
and they will stay safe down below decks during combat and such, and they stay in line. And they are always supervised as well by one of the off-duty crew members. We currently do not have any babies. We have, I think the youngest is about 8.
I mean,
Um,
How old's Patrick? Like
Patrick's like
12?
16.
16.
Yeah.
Patrick's
Ella could have
old.
friends as well.
oh, stop it!
Rocky, I'm gonna stab you with my pen, bitch.
I don't just have to sell to
Don't
you.
Don't give me more children!
Children! I get to be myself when I play a child.
Wait. If so there's what, 15, 16 of you
There
guys,
is-
including the kids, or
there is
excluding the kids?
15 of the trained crew, but we are fine sharing beds with the young ones.
How many
and such.
kids?
Currently about
Hate children. Oh!
about I think we have about 5 or so. But the oldest among them can do the work of a crewman.
How many people are in your?
Well, there is about 21 of us.
That's gonna get
That's a-
cramped.
That's a big crew.
With 6 officers.
But they are
and
fine with kids and stuff sharing. I will say this out of game, the kids won't affect crew morale in terms of cramping and
They
stuff
might
like that.
affect my morale.
Yeah, they might.
Okay.
Me personally,
But
my
they might-
morale
but
is
they
already
might-
affected.
But they might also affect Lynn's morale.
I don't give a
True.
shit. I'm kidding. They're
Yeah.
affecting Holly's morale, not Flo's. Well,
yeah.
Flo would actually
Okay.
probably
Yeah, and if you guys interested, Grio will also go on about how they, teach their kids and stuff like that.
Yes, Shamms is actually very interested.
Yeah, he goes about and if you show interest, he will go about their literacy programs and stuff like that.
My follow-up question was about to be, say, do you happen to like books?
I enjoy them. I like reading them to the children.
Oh.
Many of them call me Uncle Grio.
Uncle Creole.
Lynn's like,
Ah.
oh.
So, would you say that you're well adept at teaching words and numbers?
I am.
Oh, this is gonna be
I
so
am-
cute. Flo is gonna try and teach them how to read.
You can teach them how to read.
No,
Grio,
no.
no, Grio is just
Grio's-
Grio doesn't say he can
Why
teach
can
them
I
how to
two
read.
teachers?
Grio is like, I am adequate at teaching, but it is not my strong suit. We typically have rotating duties, and we kind of teach them the skills we know.
Right.
But I can teach basics. I am capable of reading and writing, and basic arithmetic. There are members of my crew that are better at certain things.
Ella could join the classes as well. It's free school.
Free school!
Let's go with line people.
Would there be room for a few more students?
We are always happy to share with others.
Shams scribbles out something on his notepad.
Lynn's just like,
I go to Shamms and just whisper, we'll still have flight B at teacher as well. I reckon 2 teachers
No, this is out of character knowledge. You don't even know if I was going to do that.
What? Didn't we
Metagaming.
Didn't
we
we discuss
discuss
you?
it?
Well,
I
after
thought you
both,
told Zeph.
remember?
Yeah, I thought you offered
Yeah,
to
but I
Zeph.
didn't say that's why I was annoyed.
Ah, okay. I thought you did offer to Zeph that you were going to teach him.
I think I offered to Shamms, right? I don't know if I offered to Zeph. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Then I
definitely offered.
then I redact.
Yeah.
Redacted.
Right.
I thought so, but doesn't matter.
I don't remember if I offered
I
to.
thought so as
maybe
well, but
both.
maybe I'm remembering wrong.
But yeah,
I don't say.
Griot will go through if you he'll basically keep going until you tell him to stop it. He'll just go on about like educational programs. So.
Right. Well, I think we. That is all of the questions that I have at the moment. I think if it is all right with you, we would like to just confer for a moment amongst us to see what we are thinking. But I already have an idea in my mind. So very well. Thank you all for answering the questions. We will be just a moment if that's okay with you as well, Magnus.
Magnus is just like he just nods, and he just the other ones out of the room, and then he turns back to you guys and just says, "Well, I'm happy to leave the room. I just want to check. Would you like me to send in the next group, or would you like me to leave you to confer?
There are more?
You still have your officer.
Oh, the
call."
officer.
Right. I think we will talk about the crew first,
Mhm.
and then we will discuss the officers.
Of course, of course. And he kind of, well, I will be at my desk when you're ready for the next slot.
Very well.
And he kind of heads back out there.
Thank you very much.
Door closed.
Yeah, door closed.
Cool. My illusion drops, and you can just see that sweat is running down my face.
Handkerchief on the head.
What is wrong with you?
No. The
Leah,
bird people, absolutely not.
Oh, I like them.
No.
Zeph,
Well, I didn't like them either.
Oh, I'm glad,
Okay.
Captain.
Zeph was a bit with all the different voices.
I've got enough going on. The fact that they talk with 1,000 voices at the once is wrecking in my head.
Handkerchief on head, like.
Right. Well, what about yourself, Shamms? What do you think?
No to the sailors.
Handkerchief.
Yes to
They
the.
are all sailors.
I mean, the sailors.
bullhead.
You know,
Ah,
the drinkers,
yes.
the
Yep.
gamblers,
Yep.
the beating each other uppers.
Right.
Yes to the birds.
Yes to the birds.
I just
Yeah.
give Shamms a look like,
What about the
Really?
the Leonin? What are your opinions?
They get a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10?
They
Just
s-
because he could lift them all?
I think.
8 out of 10.
What about yourself, Lynn?
Personally, I just for Zeph's sake, I wouldn't think nicely of. I don't think putting the kangaroo with us would be a great thing. I think it just might be something that might cause just a lot of troubles with
If
the
I would,
group.
it's obviously majority, but if they don't talk like that, I'll be fine.
No,
If they do their weird clicking and we can learn the clicking, then sure.
Oh,
They all talk like that, and I think it will take us a while to learn to communicate with all of them through their.
I also think
Language.
if they all know a language specifically that's like something that we don't understand as well, there could be possibilities of us not knowing if they're even communicating with each other about certain things.
Yes, exactly.
Could be
I
inspiring mutinies without us knowing.
possibly. I personally, Stella.
She seemed fun.
I don't think so.
I don't agree with that as much. I prefer.
I didn't say fun was good.
Oh, okay.
They're
well,
they're like the wrong kind of fun. They're the kind of fun you find at the tavern at a drunken brawl.
yes, which scares me.
Probably not good for a crew, right?
Yes, I don't think so at all. Griot did sound very convincing with the way that his crew acts with each other and how they are all willing to take care of the children or so if they have them.
He can teach me numbers
Um,
and words.
Alright, well then I guess it is decided. It is the Leonin then?
Okay.
Your final decision. Like,
I
you're the
think it is
captain.
majority rules, so
Well,
is that something that you decide on as well? Is that
majority rules?
Oh no, like you were.
It's fine. I will go and get Magnus.
But what was the majority? I don't. What was the other vote?
Leonin, because you said yes Leonin, you said yes Leonin. You said yes.
Yes,
then.
what is
What did you say? What,
Flo
Like,
Flo
I'm
said-
assuming Ethel would also say yes.
But Captain gets
Flo
more
didn't
vote.
say anything.
Flo,
Yeah, so we
Flo,
want to hear
what's
your.
your
We want to hear
opinion?
your.
No, Flo's already gone.
What? No, Flo, come back!
Oi, come back! Oi, you haven't said what you thought.
I'm getting Magnus.
Okay. You go grab Magnus. He comes.
God
in
damn it,
and-
Flo.
Well, would
Also,
you
you
like
didn't
me
even say
to
yes,
bring
you
them
just
all
said
in?
kangaroo.
Just bring in one of
Yeah,
them.
I just said
tell
no
them
kangaroo.
myself.
You said she didn't sound fun, so Flo's taking that as the assumption of yes. You.
I'm happy.
I mean-
I'm happy with Stella.
Flo said no to Kenku, and you.
She didn't agree with.
She didn't agree with Ellen, so I think it's reasonable to assume.
Mm.
God damn it, Flo. Just please tell us.
More children.
I'm already gone.
Oh yeah, but I don't think
Imagine
Flo likes
this,
any of these
imagine
options,
this
let's
little
be
baby
real.
lion cub just
That's
running
true.
around.
It's the lesser of the three evils.
You can think that.
Flo, how does Flo look?
Yeah.
Flo has already left the room. So
How does Flo's walk look? Can I judge
An
any
insight
emotion
check,
from
I
the-
guess.
Yeah. Is there more of a stomp or is it like a gentle stride?
Fuck. 6.
Flo
Yeah.
seems.
Flo's definitely
Like-
walking.
Well,
Yeah. Flo
yeah,
seems like she always does.
she'd be walking.
Okay.
That doesn't help.
Yeah.
Well, Magnus, I believe we have decided. For the crew, we would be very interested in hiring the Leonin folk, if that is possible.
Yep. So Grio just like so he writes down like Grio's screen stuff like that in a book and says, "Would you like? Do you want me to deliver the news, or would you like to wait until the end of all the interviews to just bring all your successful crew in so you can talk to all of them in a group?" It is.
I will. Have you guys followed me out?
No.
You haven't?
Somewhat.
Somewhat?
I mean,
I'm like
Somewhat.
halfway.
Yeah,
I'm like.
same. I'm
Maybe
like,
they're standing awkwardly in the door or something.
Yes.
I will wave you over. I have said yes to the Leonin. This is the final yes.
Yes.
Yes, Captain.
Right. I think that it would be beneficial for us to deliver the news ourselves to Prior and also to ask if he would be willing to interview the officers with us because I think he would give a better idea of who would be working best with his crew.
Yes,
That's a
absolutely.
great idea.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Very well. If it is possible, I would like to go and deliver the news to Prior
Yeah.
myself.
Magnus leads you outside, and you see outside the, a couple people gathered around and stuff like that, and you kind of see almost like a drum circle or something of like these Leonin and Tabaxi.
Fuck.
And they're singing songs, playing instruments, and stuff like that. Grio's kind of sitting on kind of like on a barrel, awkwardly, like it's a little bit too small for him.
Your
And
barrel of turtle?
what?
Okay, never mind.
Wrong campaign.
And kind of like
God tests me so much.
you kind of see like on his knee kind of a like almost like a little kind of lion cub, about like 8 or something, like probably like 8-year-old till it's on his like knee and is like talking to it. And then you kind of see there's like a couple teenagers around like 12, 13. The oldest is probably about the same age as Patrick, but 16 or so.
Yeah, not bringing
And like the youngest would be So there's there's like a spread. There's only about like 6 or so kids. You see a mix of like different Tabaxis and Leonin, and they're all busy kind of talking, sharing their food and drinks stuff like that.
I will stride over. I'll make sure my hat is straight.
Mhm.
Dust myself off and then head over.
Grio like spots you and like kind of passes off like this little lion cub to what you assume is the cub's like mother, and like he stands up and like walks over to you and just says,
If it is possible, Prior, we would very much like to hire your services.
"That is good to hear."
Well, we look forward to working with you if that is something that you and the rest of your crew are interested in as well.
We are most excited to get back onto the sea.
Excellent, as am I. I was wondering, we still have to interview the officers of our ship, and I was wondering if perhaps you might lend an ear to the interviews as well. Like I said, it is very important for me personally that my crew all get along, and I feel like you might be the best one to advise on who might work best with your crew.
Grio like nods. "That is most wise. I am not normally a lonely person. I'm afraid I'm used to being on the other side."
Well, I know a little bit about these sorts of things. I am rather seasoned sailor myself, so I would never want to cause any issues right from the get-go. I think cohesion is important.
He kind of nods and he'll be like, would you like me to ask questions as well, or would you like just my feedback when it's done?
Of course, if you think there is an important question that perhaps I have missed, I would greatly like
He
to
kind of
hear from you as well.
he nods.
I don't want it to be obviously I and the rest of my group will have the final say in most things, but I think collaboration is important, and I don't want to hire someone that you don't think is a good fit. So, if you are more than willing, we would like for you to join us in the interviews. Is there anybody else that you think should be present as well? I'm assuming you are the head of your group.
He kind of like nods and just says, if it is alright, I will join you in a few minutes and I will check to see if there are any that have any questions they would like asked of officers.
Of course. And if there are any questions that they would like to ask me as well, as the captain, I am more than willing to answer them as well. I don't know if you want me to answer them here, or if you want to be the intermediary or whatever, but yes, just let me know. I'm more than willing to answer any question from your group.
Okay. Yeah, he nods and is just like, thank you, I will check with them. I will meet you inside soon, Captain.
Of course, and I will shake his hand.
Yeah, his hand is much bigger than yours. Like, it's like a massive fucking, like, you know, it's a lion paw, so it's already, like, very big. So it's probably like a normal lion paw is about the same size as a person's hand, and it's just bigger, so it's just like fully engulfs your hand. His fur is very soft, but like well maintained. He kind of like shakes it.
It is not very often that I feel much smaller than the other people on my crew, so this will be a novel experience for all of us, I think.
Yes, I am been told I am quite tall even for my own kind.
I will say so. I imagine you are quite intimidating to come up against, to challenge at least. You have to be strong of mind as well.
Many a ship has turned away when they have seen me looking them down.
That's good.
Perfect.
That's good.
Kind of.
I'm very much looking forward to working with you. It is a pleasure, of course.
Kind of nods.
Right, well, we will meet you inside. If you have any questions, of course, let us know.
Yes. He like nods graciously and heads back to kind of his group.
Sure.
As you kind of hear like almost like a celebration like song playing, getting the joke and all that.
It's so wholesome.
It is wholesome.
Yeah.
Give me that. Nah, I like them, but, you know, fairies.
You hear like, you know, he's talking like dog stuff quickly, and like you kind of, I suppose Len, if you came outside a little bit, you would overhear as well, like the kids asking all sort of like kind of really absurd questions.
Yeah.
Like if there's like a Teros, like how big is the grid? If there's like 14 wormers, would you cut through all of them? And like stuff like that. And like, where did you get that hat and all that?
Where'd you get
and
that
like
hat
you know like Gregor's like, you know, kind of like quieting down the kids and all that, like talking to the adults about this kind of stuff. And then kind of so yeah, and then you know you head inside and he comes in after like 5 or so minutes, and he's just like there were no serious questions. I assume the kids were right. Most of the questions were from the children,
Right.
but they weren't relevant. I am sure
What?
they will ask you themselves.
Okay.
Unfortunately so.
That is alright. I am experienced with answering odd questions. So,
Do any of you have little ones of your own?
I do not personally, but Lynn.
Yes, I do. Her name is Ella. She's 10 years old.
It's lovely.
Yes, so if you guys were doing classes of the sorts when it comes to reading and writing, obviously I've been teaching her slowly myself, but on the ship I might be a bit busy, and I think it would be lovely, and that the way that you guys interact with each other is really nice. Lynn's like,
yeah, and it's just like, all are welcome to participate. If you have, if you I do not mean to be presumptuous, but if any of you have particular skills that you would like to teach them, you would all be most welcome
I
to
gave up. I'm sorry.
teach them as well.
absolutely.
Also, just for the sake of it, because we are sailors from birth, we train most of the ones above 10, just basics of sparring and like forms and stuff. When they're younger, we don't make them fight anybody, but it is all just in case there is trouble or they need to defend themselves.
Oh, absolutely. Ella does know a little bit about sparring, and I'm actually planning on helping her quite soon with that as well, for said reasons as well. But if it gets to that stage where I personally think that she is confident enough for me to leave her with you all, I'm not assuming anything. It's just she's been through a lot, and I'm very scared. And I just want to make sure that she is okay with everything. Maybe she could join the sparring classes eventually, but I will just try and speak with her about it first. But thank you so much for the offer. I really appreciate it.
Rio having nods graciously, and then you notice that he looks at the kind of the chairs and stuff like that. And you know they're like designed for like tall people like Shamms and stuff like that. Like they can hold something. He looks at the chairs, and then you just see him kind of like stand like in like the corner almost, like beside you guys still. But he doesn't sit down in any of the chairs and stuff. And with your like perceptions of it, it's just because he's way too fucking big for them.
What can we do to fix this?
Not much.
Maybe we can all stand just in.
We all stand together.
Well, that's the thing is, if Rio sat down with something, like he would be very similar to almost height like Lynn or someone. Like he's big. Like he's like standing up. He's probably very like similar to like Ethel height. Like he's tall. But yeah.
Is there any way we can accommodate this? I feel bad.
Can have my chair.
Do you like verbally say that to like Rio and stuff like that? Of like something.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Are you comfortable standing over there? Would you like my seat? And we can maybe have like two seats together.
He like
Would
we
that be
see.
better?
He's just like.
I'm fine with standing. Like it's all right.
Due to my height, I find myself either sitting on the ground or on large crates and such. I am very comfortable standing. I feel it is more professional than sitting on the floor.
Okay, as long as that's something that you're
Well,
comfortable
Flo would
with.
have been standing anyway as well,
Yeah.
so you don't have to feel bad.
Yeah.
He's not alone.
Yeah. But yeah. Cool. Magnus is kind of in there. Like, it comes in the room. He's like, "Are you all?" Too many voices.
Welcome.
Yes. Well, are you all ready to meet which group of officers would you all like to meet?
The birds?
I think we should start from the bottom up.
Oh yes, that would make sense. Bottom of the ship upwards.
Yes. So any engineers that you have, we would like to start with them first.
So he steps out and brings in and introduces you to these two engineers. You see this first one is this kind of very kind of short gnome. He's got kind of one of like the big like handlebars almost that kind of go down. And he's wearing like this little mini cowboy hat. And he introduces this guy's Chuck. And then he points at a warforged. Kind of made of like these like kind of metal sheets almost that kind of like move and stuff like that, and you see that his hands and stuff, like he's got like tools and stuff that will come out of his hands and stuff like that. And he introduces that one as NG.
NG?
NG Benji.
Aww.
Yo, is this an
E-N-G-I-A.
FGL reference?
NG.
No.
So Chuck and NG.
Those are the two that we can choose from.
Yes.
Well met. Chuck, is it? NG?
Greetings. Howdy.
Hello. How long have you been traveling on ships?
Who are you directing that to?
Just both of them. Whoever answers first.
NG starts off with, I have been present on boats for approximately 10 years.
Present on boats. Have you always been working as an engineer?
I was designed to be an engineer.
Excellent.
I am proficient in the arcane cannons. I have memorized the blueprints.
Ah.
I like this guy.
And what about yourself, Chuck?
Well, I've been tinkering around on cannons for about quarter of a decade. Australian. Bad at singing an accent. Well then, I've been tinkering with the cannons for about a quarter of a decade, and then I've also been present on boats for about 20 or so years.
Right, so not always working as an engineer.
I started off at the bottom, but my people are pretty proficient with machines and stuff, so I quickly started finding myself in that role.
Is he old for a gnome?
He looks like he's probably about 40, 45.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did Zeph's just sort of staring at NG, like very puzzled, like how did do you, not to be rude, but do you think for yourself, or is it...
I have been gifted with sentience.
How do you get that?
I love this.
It is a creation made during the fall of Erendria, a combination of elvish magic and dwarven technology. We are unsure how it works currently, but there are many warforged currently studying that in the Confederacy.
Whoa.
It's Chuck and
NG.
NG. Chuck, I have a quick question. What do you know about arcane artillery?
Well, I've been tinkering with them a bit. I'm typically employed on some of the more modern ships due to my proficiency with such technology. I am still learning the ropes with them. They're relatively new and they're an invention of Magnus's. Unfortunately, I have not been gifted with the ability just to memorize blueprints, but I am capable of figuring things out on the go.
And what do you like to do? Actually, this is for both of you. What do you like to do in your time off when you're not working the ship?
NG kind of responds with my time off, I enjoy tinkering with bits of the ship. I like things to be efficient.
This is me.
This is me. This is real. This is me.
Exactly
how I'm supposed to be now.
Chuck-
Let the light
Sorry.
shine on me.
That was my bad.
Now I know who I am.
Is there
Sorry.
will?
Flo and Linda's break out into dancing song.
The two of them.
Chuck kind of responds with, well, like reading sometimes. I enjoy reading books on engineering especially. I also enjoy tinkering with some of my own creations. Typically less weapons based. I enjoy making little figurines and such that move.
The children.
But yes,
Ella would love
This is a
But,
very, very family-oriented ship.
Yay.
We're like Fast and Furious, but on the sea. It's all about family. It's all about family.
But yeah, I enjoy the occasional beverage. I enjoy I'm trying to think what else I enjoy. It's weird. I'm not normally like this. I'm pretty good at playing chess.
Yeah.
I
love chess.
I'm pretty good at dragon chess, and I don't mind playing a couple rounds of cards.
They're both really good, goddammit.
Angie, if something were to happen to you specifically, what would be the best way for us to fix you? Because I am proficient in healing magics, but I don't think I would be the best at taking care of you specifically if something went wrong. Is that something you can take care of yourself, or is there a place that we would need to bring you, or someone specialized?
I Due to our sentient nature, we are able to be healed by healing magic. Any critical damage, such as loss of limb, is replaceable. I can fix myself in that manner of speaking. But if it was critical damage, there is a chance I would need to return to Grandstadt to be rebuilt.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, at least the fact that I would be able to heal you if something were wrong. Is
And by serious damage, he means death.
Yes.
Yeah, I take it that like Revivify or whatever else probably won't work, right?
Revive! There's some diamonds
It
on me.
technically
Yeah,
will
technically, yes.
work.
Yeah.
Basically, because Warforged can be healed.
Yeah.
But also stuff like the mending spell as well would work on like minor damage for him.
Ooh.
Interesting. I
And
can't
also
do
the
that,
fact that we
but-
could replace limbs if something bad were to happen.
Does that
And
mean
then
that
NG he'll also respond with, if I am required to have additional tools, I can attach them to myself in terms of modularity on my body. And he kind of like shows, and he like kind of detaches a drill from his arm, and then kind of reattaches and like reintegrates around it.
Oh,
this
lovely.
motherfucker will be efficient. I like
Uh,
NG.
Are either of you capable fighters?
Fighting was not my main purpose. I am capable of self-defense, but I am not well designed for combat.
Mm-hmm.
I am capable of repairing the ship quickly during it, however.
That's
Ooh.
Chuck shows you a revolver.
Ah!
I made this one myself.
Oh no! Does it look of sound design?
Yeah, it looks fucking terrifying.
Jesus Christ!
Like, I'm talking, like, in terms of, like, because he's a gnome, he's really quite short. It's probably about half his thigh. Like, it's a high caliber gun.
What are you talking? Like 100 caliber? Like inch?
I'm talking like a 357 Magnum or something.
Like,
It's an intimidating pistol. I suppose this is for James, who's entirely like starting, but Kellogg's pistol from Fallout 4. It's a beefy fucking pistol.
Kellogg's pistol.
It's a beefy revolver.
You like the cereal?
I'm talking about the guy that abducts your
Yeah,
child.
yeah.
But yeah.
Was right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like a what do they call them?
Revolver? Cowboy gun?
Oh, they've got
Pistol?
like a big iron.
Yeah. Like a big iron. He's got the bigger iron on his hip.
Got my big iron.
What is your favorite part of working with the cannons? Whether that is arcane or whether that is just the regular cannon? What is the thing that you enjoy most?
NG kind of responds with, I enjoy learning new things. It expands my database.
Envy is.
Yeah.
What kind of contraptions do you make? You mentioned you like to tinker in your free time. What kind of things have you made?
Energy kind of shows you almost like a kind of, almost like a very kind of like, it's like a piston motor almost in a way. Of like, it's like a really small like little motor and stuff like that. It's kind of like a bit more clockworky. And he's just like, recently I've been tinkering with a small modular engine. Hopefully in an attempt to refine cart design to make it more efficient.
Sorry, what design?
Cart design.
Cart.
Oh, yeah, motored carts. Carts that can move on their own. He's talking about cars.
But like slow and much more steampunky and like
What-
kind of almost magical in a way.
What if eventually
We could
we give him funding when we're rich in like however hundreds of sessions, and we can put a motor on the ship.
we could turn our ship into like an ironclad. And just like just
Holy
ram through
shit!
ships.
What are these heroes gonna do? This show with a fucking aircraft carrier? Like what the fuck? You got fucking Arkanoid. There's a warfish going. Jet engine.
I'm just saying, out of game. That
Does
sounds
anyone
awesome.
have any more questions?
No, I think I'm alright.
Robot.
Zeph.
It's just like Zeph's not seen something this advanced before, so he's just like,
Yeah.
Zeph's brain has gone from the most radical
Yeah,
thing in the
but
universe.
from like looking at engine and stuff like that, in terms of design, he is like is mostly kind of like, you can see like a metal in a skeleton, and you see like wood plates have been used to kind of almost form like a skin in a way. It's like very kind of very like armor plates, but like they've been carved out of like wood and stuff like that.
We could upgrade him.
Yeah. And he's gonna go like this like wooden kind of chunk, and you see in his chest like this kind of almost blue, like a kind of crystal power source that kind of sits like in his chest. It's like I don't know, like Kethric's.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like a massive like thing. It's like a small like gemstone.
What?
No, Zeph.
And then yeah. Yeah.
No.
Any other questions or anything like that?
No.
I don't have any questions
Yeah.
myself.
No. Captain.
You have any
No.
questions?
You all have asked any questions that you need to.
Robot.
Alright.
Zeph.
Sorry.
Zeph's a racist. For real.
No, he's not He's not being racist. He's just confused.
I'll turn to Griot. Do you have any questions at all?
And he's just like, he is looking with like fascination at the little engine. He's like, what the fuck is this? It's like you can see he's like nervous with the guy. He's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, me and Griot be vibing right now. I look at Griot and Griot looks at me like,
Yeah, Griot's just like, he's just like, not currently.
Actually, I will turn back. What is your opinion, Angie, on children?
And he's just like, I do not have any strong feelings for or against.
Great. What about yourself, Chuck?
I don't mind too much. Alright, as long as they're not in my workshop or anything.
But if they were to be in your workshop, would
I
it be
will
dangerous
shoot
for
them.
them?
The problem with me is I can't keep their explosive stuff on a high shelf.
oh, because it's a gnome.
If you give me some time, I can put some locks on some drawers, but like,
Right. Well,
I've seen some kids that have been able to pick some pretty tough locks. Fucking Ella will walk up to be like, knock spell it, like,
Open, bitch.
right. Well, I think that is all of the questions that we have. If you wouldn't mind giving us a moment, Chuck, Angie, we would like to confer with all of us to see if we can get to a good decision.
They both kind of like nod and thank you for this, like for your time and stuff, and they head out and wait.
Very well. I would like to hear everyone's thoughts. What
Would like
do
to
you
hear
think?
yours. What do you think?
That is not the question that I asked.
I know, but I personally would like to hear what you think.
I would. You've got the best idea out of all of us.
This is not what I asked. And it really doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Well, I can't be a majority without your vote. I'm just saying.
I reserve my decision until the end. That is what I did last time, and that is what I will do this time. Thoughts?
Next time, can you not do that?
No.
Oh no! I am the captain and I say no.
Well, I thought they were both pretty cool. I like the robot.
Yes, I think I noticed that you were quite enamored with Angie. You found him quite interesting.
He seems like a chill dude.
Yes. Zeph, you keep saying robot, which I don't think is the correct term, but very well.
What? Robot.
No, Zeph!
Sorry! They were both pretty convincing. They both seemed very well
My
equipped
only-
to handle the job.
My only thing that I would ask you all to think about, and including you, Grior, is that, well, Chuck does have a quite advanced weapon, and also the small fact of that he is, I would say, probably not as big a fan of children as well, and he doesn't really want them in his workshop. I don't know if you have ever, thought about it, but kids kind of find themselves in...
That thought then clicks into Zeph like, oh!
Yes, they kind of find themselves in places that they probably shouldn't be quite a lot, and if we have as many children as we have on the ship, That is probably not a very good thing.
And if a kid gets down there and sets something off, the ship will go boom.
Absolutely.
Oh.
I think as a safety thing as well, him saying that he'll try and put locks on things seems a bit of an issue for me. I feel like that shouldn't be something that you should try to do, especially with explosives. I feel like that's not something that you should try to keep a lock on. I feel like that's something that I would have assumed already.
I mean, and NG did say that he was proficient with the magic guns, right? The magic cannons.
Yes.
That's probably the biggest seller for me then. We need someone who can actually work those things.
Right, so one vote for NG.
Yeah.
Grior, what do you say?
I am most. The southern accent's invaded and it's just stuck there now.
I'm southern forever now.
Help me, I'm stuck. Forever in prison.
General European! General European!
Fuck. Anyway, just low. That was great. I am fine with both candidates.
Candidates!
Okay.
Yeah.
The accent
It's-
gets stuck there, and it's like
you are stuck.
because what happens, right, is all of my accents now shift into that. So I'll start with like an English word, and I'll go into fucking Southern. No escape. Anyway, I am fine with all the candidates. They were all capable. I must admit I was very fascinated by NG's little engine thing he brought out. Seemed very interesting. I think he might make an interesting teacher, but that is more of a selfish thing.
No, I think that is a good thing to think about as well. Especially with how many children we have on the ship.
I think NG being all about efficiency of the swords, I do not think NG as someone that may leave explosives just hanging around.
Did not seem to be.
No.
Alright, so Grior, NG as well. Lynn,
I think I have a preference towards NG.
NG. Shams, what do you think?
I liked NG too.
I'm assuming Ethel will also probably vote NG.
Ethel
Seems
will
like
vote with
that's-
the majority.
Yeah. Very well, I think we have our decision then. I will, again, head out.
There's no
Yep.
point asking for Flo's opinion.
Are
I'm gonna give it.
you just telling Magnus, or are you gonna go tell him as well?
We
Yeah,
have to
tell them
like
as well.
get Flo's opinions from like
Yeah.
the subtle clues that Flo gives and the way she speaks about everybody.
I don't know.
I think we took Flo's
I know,
opinion in.
we're trying.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
trying.
Oh,
But
yeah,
Flo
you
ain't
walk up-
giving much.
Yeah, you walk up to Magnus again.
I like this. We have made a decision on the engineer. We would like to go with NG if that's viable.
Yeah, that's excellent. Would you like me to send in the next group, or?
Yes, I would also like to speak to NG first if that is possible.
Of course, just let me know when you want the next group to come in. And he like gestures you towards this kind of like almost like a little engineering quarters in a way, and you see Andy's in there and he's just tinkering. Like he's like, you see like he's currently like assembling and disassembling like a small like little thing. He's just like dealing with that.
Nice.
Right. I will knock on the door.
Greetings.
Hello. I was wondering if perhaps you would like to come on a journey on the ship with us. We would very much like to have your services.
That is good to hear. I look forward to working with you, Captain.
Oh, he's
I look
so
forward
I do,
to,
yeah. And she's the man.
I look forward to working with you as well. Are there any questions that you have for me as well?
Not currently.
Not currently? Well, I look forward to working with you. And I will hold my hand up for a handshake.
He will meet it.
Yeah?
It's very robotic. It's kind of like a.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very well. Pleasure.
It's just like he just looks at you. Thank you, Captain.
Does NG
Right.
blink?
No.
Yeah, creepy.
I'll,
Love it.
Salute. Like he like a very robotic, almost kind of salute.
Does
Yeah,
his
I
does his mouth move when he talks, or is it just like sort of like
It's like a flashing light.
Yeah.
Oh, like Bender from Futurama a little
Yeah.
bit? Yeah. Da-da-da-da.
I will, turn around and head back to the room. And I'll ask Magnus to send in the next on my way.
Sure. Which group he's sitting in it?
What do we say? Engineer, we said.
Going top, so now we have kitchen.
Engineer, then it's chef and the doctor.
Storage, armor up in the dorms, mess hall, kitchen,
I'll
infirmary.
ask them to send in the chef next.
Cool. So you see, Magnus brings in these two figures. One is a green dragonborn.
Cool.
Lynn, with your perception, you notice that everything that she wears is like perfectly straight, like obsessively so. Like every button's polished. Every button's like polished like perfectly, and everything's like very well like kept together. Like it's been like very precisely put together. The other one, you see this like maybe 2'7" goblin wearing.
Goblins.
Yeah, he's got like kind of obviously very tattered robes, and you see like a very kind of like a large apron with like almost kind of like these red stains throughout it, and like on his belt's like a large kind of cleaver.
Can we get names?
Yes. So the Magnus introduced the Green Dragonborn as Xena.
Xena?
Xena.
Warrior princess.
E-N-A
I
is the
used to love
dragonborn.
that show as a kid. It made me gay.
And
That's not a good show, though.
and then introduces the Goblin as Boz.
Boz?
B-O-Z. He is Boz.
Boz. Goblin and Dragonborn.
Hello, pleasure to meet you both.
Greetings. And you know Xena kind of gives you like a friendly kind of wave. Boz is like, hello.
Oh no.
Well, I've made up my mind.
His head's like moving kind of erratically.
No, give it.
Low
Give it. That was
size.
fucking. That was perfect.
Right. Well. How long have you both been traveling on ships?
Buzz like starts counting his fingers.
Me too.
He like looks at you. I've been traveling for 5 years. That's most of my life.
Yes.
What's the
And,
lifespan of a goblin?
Like 15.
Okay, cool.
How about yourself, Xena?
I have been on ships. He's like looking down, like by just like very uncomfortable. Like you can see that she's very kind of very. I suppose you both like kind of like train them as she is very kind of well measured in her movements, like very precise, and very kind of
What
like
about our chef?
almost like perfectionist, like precisely. She's just like
Me too.
she's just like she's just been I've been traveling on ships for about 5 or so years as well. I have been a chef for about 12.
What types of food do you guys specialize in, if any, or what are your favorite meals to cook?
Xena announces a dish in like Draconic.
Mm-hmm.
You speak Draconic, don't you?
Me, I speak Abyssal, Common, Infernal, Primordial.
Okay. Anyone speak Draconic?
I think Shamms. Can you get Dragon Toe?
Let's find. I don't think so.
There's
Yeah,
actually.
total. So,
Yeah, I don't
I-
think.
What do you speak? What do you speak? What do you speak?
What is
What do you speak?
What is this going? What the
Don't ask.
Wait, what is it? What is it?
It's you didn't know.
What is it?
Yeah, is it?
I'm not a snitch.
I'm going onto the character sheet.
Oh,
Same, I
stay
can-
away.
I
can announce it,
Mate,
make
it's
sure-
my
Let
account.
the mystery.
You
be
know-
there.
Can this be retconned? Because
It
I don't
makes
think
no
it's
sense.
ever come up in.
Is it Aquan?
No, it's Orc.
Why do you know orc?
I think.
Yeah. You should probably change your language to probably a different word.
Can it be Draconic? Because it makes sense if I like. I don't know.
Well, no
if
one's
I-
taught you Draconic. That's the thing.
Well,
Instinctually.
Like, I
Yeah.
think you might. Yeah, it could be. We could argue as well. It also
just
could
got-
be primordial because I imagine that's what the lizard folk would speak. I don't think they've got a set language.
maybe I can speak Draconic only when
I think
I'm
lizard
in
folk speak
Yeah,
dragon form.
But yeah, we can discuss that later when you speak it.
Sure, sure.
But yeah, she said the Draconic and it's just like it is a dish familiar to me from my childhood.
Oh.
I enjoy making that.
Describe it. Explain to me how it's made,
could I make some
tastes
kind of-
alike.
Sorry, could I make some sort of like history check to see if I
Yeah.
like anybody in?
You can roll with advantage because of your background. Well, because of your backstory.
Sweet. Yo. Yeah. Oh, shit up. A 19 becomes an 18.
But you heard one of your friends talk about it. We
Mm-hmm.
haven't met him yet, so. But It's basically like pierogies. So it's like potato dumplings and stuff. So like in like a broth, like it's yeah.
Ah, like the pierogi thingy,
Oh, what?
right?
Yes. That is, I believe, the common name for them.
Yeah. No, I had a friend who used to eat that a lot.
She's just like kind of smiles like politely.
That sounds lovely.
Yes.
I know
I
a couple of words.
She's just like, yeah, I enjoy making that, and I am capable. For crews and such, I typically make stews, broth, stuff like that, things that are easy to cook for a lot of people in a tight space.
Mm-hmm.
I typically like to keep the kitchen well maintained.
As do I. I cook sometimes myself, and I completely understand that.
With your insight, she's just like, I don't want to people in my kitchen.
Pardon?
With the insight,
Mhm.
she's like smiles politely as like hearing that, and she's like, politely responds to that. But like her reaction's just like, I don't like other people in my kitchen.
No.
She's like precise, like she's like, Buzz responded, I like yes, I suppose I like meat.
Nice.
Typically what I can get, I am good at making things out of not much. I am good at sourcing ingredients.
What kind of ingredients can you source from the ocean?
Well, once I found a way to scrape the barnacles off the edge of a boat, and I put that in a pot.
I mean,
And that tasted fine.
Fine.
I kind of respect that.
I respect it too.
Look, when you're like really, really hungry on a ship, it's really helpful to have someone that can, make something out of very minimal ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to dealing with shortages.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good at that. I enjoy, yes, when I get a chance, I like spit roast meat. It's typically what I can catch.
Right. Oh. Okay. And how do you keep the kitchen yourself, boss?
I keep it in a state. Typically I am not employed by expensive crews. I am employed by other goblins mostly.
Mm-hmm.
They like my cooking.
Mm-hmm.
It's hot.
Hot as in like spice levels? Or
Not raw.
Really?
It's just like I am a good cook for my people.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I've eaten raw meat before, but not it.
That's why I started.
Yes.
I started cooking it because it wasn't good.
As a little FYI, lizard folk in the Legacy Edition did speak Draconic because modern canons, it's like you can speak whatever language you want.
Okay, yeah.
But it
So you
was
can-
traditionally Draconic.
Yeah, it could be Draconic then. That's how you learn the basics of it, something like that.
Me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Did the research. They used to they could
And
speak Draconic.
how would the both of you deal with the situation, say, the time comes and you have made a stew for others, and then there just seems to be, we do seem to maybe have a little bit of children on our ship. What would you do if, say, they would refuse to eat said meal, because sometimes they can be extremely picky at younger ages? Obviously, yes.
Yeah,
would you guys be opposed to making a small side dish for them?
Kids menu.
Would you always have a second option? Would possibly allowing other people to use the space in order to make food for their children?
Buzz responds with, I am fine with other people using the kitchen with me. I'm not fussy about that. Typically, I am good at making a lot of one thing. If people need specific requirements, I am not great at picky eaters.
Alright, so if someone was not even picky, but maybe vegetarian options or anything
That
of
is,
the sorts?
I can do vegetarian very easily. That just take out meat.
Okay, but then we could go into further specifics of veganism.
It's just like these concepts seem really alien to this goblin coming out like a fucking jungle.
Bro carries a cleaver
I know,
with him.
but I'm gonna ask the question.
He's got a fucking blood-stained apron on his
Lynn
like.
is someone that will make like a dish for every single person
Yeah.
based on their preferences. So Lynn
yeah.
is like,
He like looks at you confused when you say veganism. Like,
Who?
what?
Are there any on the boat? The
We
you
don't
and-
know.
we don't know some of
We don't
the
know
some of the
lead.
crew,
I'm assuming probably not, but we
But,
don't
like-
know with the lead.
Mm.
and plus some officers maybe.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, Buzz seems like the concept of veganism is very foreign.
Okay.
What?
What?
Seeing that, Xena's just like, I would prefer if other people were in the kitchen, but before we set out, I can get a list together of acceptable dishes for the young ones. You see, like, she's fucking, like, her hands going off when you say she's like children and shit. She's like, she's just like, yeah, I don't want, like, she's like, I don't want them near my kitchen. I'm fine with kids, typically not the most hygienic things, which isn't good for a kitchen. She's like,
No
but
kids.
I'm more than capable of going more of a buffet style if that is easier for catering, and I can just do multiple kind of batches of things, so like maybe some rice and stews and bread and hardtack or what we can get based on where we're going.
Yes.
I believe on the blueprints there was a garden.
Yes,
correct?
we are planning to have a guardian.
Would I be
Garden,
able
garden.
to put some minor like herbs and spices in there?
Oh, that shouldn't be a problem at all, Zeph. What
No.
do you think?
That should be. It depends what you're gonna put in there.
What I can, as much as I can, to be specific in terms of herbs and spices. You can never have too much. She's just like,
That should be fine.
yeah, she's just like a bush or two of some of the more common ones, but it shouldn't be too much.
Okay.
I'll keep it to essentials. I won't get any of the more exotic ones.
Appreciate
She's like
that.
smiling. It's very kind of like a.
Oh God, you remind me of my mother.
Good stuff. Yeah.
I don't know what was asked, so I'm letting
Um,
you guys take the reins.
So far, what we're basically finding out, Buzz is basically a goblin from a jungle, and he is good at making things out of fucking nothing. Like
Yeah.
the anecdote he said was he went down the side of a ship and scraped barnacles off and turned them into a stew. Like,
But he doesn't know what veganism is.
he is not the one you want to be with. Like, his main dish was meat on stick.
Thank you.
Where's he at sticks in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah,
Don't ask questions.
Xena seems to not like other people in her kitchen.
That's fine.
Which is fine. It's like completely perfect.
Xena is anal about things.
Yeah.
She's like the one who like like her butt, like everything about her is like perfectly maintained. Like she's like as she likes being, you notice like her nails and stuff, they're being like very like carefully polished. Like she is.
Zena, if there was to be a some sort of disaster in the kitchen at all, like we run out of something, or for some reason you happen to lose certain pans or something like that, or you burn a dish, what exactly would you do?
Then kind of looks at you, and for like sort of Lynn's like passive insight stuff, you see from her like she's almost kind of like slightly insulted by like the thought that she could burn a dish. But only Lynn would notice that. She's like, don't burn it. She's just like, if I burn a dish, typically it's just the bottom that's unsalvageable, so I will just serve the top for them, but we may have slightly
Sure.
reduced of that dish, especially if we are going for a buffet style thing. If I am missing pots and pans, typically most kitchens on a ship have a couple of each, especially the bigger ones, which I will need for stews and kind of serving a lot of people. Some of the smaller, finer instruments, most of them are for specific purposes. There are typically ways around it.
Good.
But I will, with the mention of children, I will keep the knives locked in a drawer.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
Absolutely.
I was just curious because if we are for some reason under attack and you happen to be cooking at the time, I mean, maybe the dish will be burnt. So,
And she's just like, that is a good point. Yes.
say if we are to be under attack, are you able to handle yourself?
As every citizen of the Draco Imperium I was trained in the military for a couple of years. I did my service. I am capable with weapons as well as my own innate abilities.
Right, sounds like a good thing to me. And Buzz, I'm assuming you are able to handle yourself. As
When I
well?
was 2, I fought a bear.
Right.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, go for it.
I fought a bit.
15.
Yeah, he fought a fucking bear.
Plus 18.
You're like looking at his body something, and you just see like a fucking bite mark in his shoulder, and it's just like he's telling the fucking truth. He fought a bear. It's like,
Black bear, grizzly bear, what are we talking?
I don't know.
What colour was its fur?
I don't remember. It was big.
And you fought it off.
Yes,
You killed it, or you fought it off and ran away?
I fought it off and got more people to help me kill it.
Ah,
We ate it.
how's it taste?
Yeah, I figured that one out.
Gamey.
Yeah. Okay.
And he kind of pulls out like a really shitty fur hat. I got a hat though. Like it's poorly sewn, and so he puts it on his head.
Oh,
He looks so proud of it.
Can we have Boz?
No! I'm pretty sure Xena will fucking kill him.
I want Boz as a player.
I love Buzz as a DM. I was like, are you gonna play a fucking goblin?
Absolutely not.
That is so funny.
You walk in the fucking kitchen, he's like hanging on the wall. It's like fucking staring at him with his foot. You're like, what the fuck?
Can we have two cooks?
Out of character, I would love Boz, but in character,
Yeah.
hell no.
I'm the same. In character, hell no.
In and out of character.
I fucking love Boz.
What do you mean he killed a bear?
Oh my god.
He's got
Was the
fucking,
bear
it's
aggravated
it's
though?
a really shitty hat. Like it's basically just like a little beanie almost, but with holes in
Oh
it.
my god, I made better clothing when I was 12.
Improv fursuit.
Yeah.
Right, well,
It's a fucking swimming cap.
I don't have any more questions. Does anybody else?
Nope.
I think I've asked everything that I needed to as well.
Yeah. I think I've got my decision.
Oh, what about you, Grior? Any decision?
Grior is like looking at the both of them, and it just says, just shakes his head.
Right. Well, thank you both very much. We will just take some time to confer, if that is okay with you, and we will get back to you as soon as we can.
Yeah, so they get let out the door. You notice that your passing as well. Zena has a very confident grin on her face.
This bitch.
I mean,
Love it.
if I was against
Boz.
Buzz and like I could cook, I'd be like, oh, you know what? This isn't too bad actually. I think I might.
Is the door shut?
Yeah, it shuts. You see the second the door shuts, and then a little bit Griot looks at you and just says, "Can I speak plainly?
Absolutely,
Yes.
I am
gladly
scared of the goblin."
Yes.
You might. Yeah. No, you go.
There, Xena, she seems very confident in her abilities from what I've just picked up by her mannerisms. She might have some issues with people being in her kitchen, but if you say that your children are well behaved in your crew, and Ella will listen as much as she can.
We can keep them out of the
Absolutely.
kitchen
I
easy
feel like
enough, and if we need to as well, we can put a lock on the door.
Absolutely. I think one of her main issues was that she just didn't like the fact that there would be. She said that she didn't mind other people in her kitchen, but specifically children with being unhygienic. I think she just cares a lot about everything just being perfectly where it should be. It's like trauma. But I think that should be alright. She did say that if it came, she would get a list of acceptable dishes for any children if they might be picky, and maybe do a more buffet style of food for people if people had specific dietary requirements, which I think is lovely. Boz didn't know what veganism was. that stresses me out a little bit, just because I would just love everyone to feel comfortable with what they are eating.
Right.
And with
Zeph?
Not boss.
Okay.
Alright. Well, Lynn, you want to continue with what you were going to say?
Oh, I was just going to keep talking about how we should take care of everybody and we should make sure they feel happy.
Right, yeah.
Can I add something?
Shams, absolutely.
Not pause.
Yeah, my man.
Alright, decision made. I will head back out to Magnus.
Magnus looks at you and then like
You
kind of
already
like
know
looks
my
across at
decision.
Xena and just kind of nods.
You
You
already
know my
decision. Thank you very much.
He just writes that down in the book and just says,
The
Which-
infirmary, the doctors next, if possible. Any medics that you might
yes.
have.
You guys lined up to meet the medics.
Yes. Yes, it was time.
Yeah.
Medical team.
So Magnus brings in 3 people.
Mhm.
The first one is this centaur.
Ooh.
Kind of dressed in kind of very druidic kind of garb, like kind of almost like wooden show stuff, just cut like salves and like different kind of like healing stuff like on her and stuff like that.
Mm.
Kind of this kind of very kind of long, I don't know, very kind of wild looking ponytail. Like it goes down like the horse part and kind of like also almost blends into the kind of like mane on the back. Yeah, horse girl. Yeah, and so it's like very, probably a bit shorter than Ethel, but still quite tall because it's in her, so she's got like kind of the whole symbol summoner in her chest. Yeah, the next one is this probably a 6'3" Earth Ganassi. He's kind of got this very kind of dark brown, kind of almost it looks almost like dirt-like in a way hair, in these kind of like long dreadlocks that are kind of held back behind his head. They're probably hopping on his back. Kind of like rocky outcroppings across his skin of like little kind of patches of like dirt and stuff like that. And in between that are like these large kind of tattoos and stuff all along it.
Oh, I like the snuff of this dude.
Yeah.
They haven't spoken to us.
And the second one is this kind of middle-aged halfling with like a small little kind of lyre. She's got on like her just kind of like a little like necklace for Variva. The goddess of I think it's love and like magic and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah.
Can we get?
Introduce the centaur as Lena, the Ganassi as Felix, and the halfling woman as Rose.
What is my Felix? I'm stupid. Hang on.
Felix, Felix.
Yeah, I just realised that as I said it. I'm like, wait, what? And Rose, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, what was Rose again? She was a
halfling.
Halfling.
With the symbol Rava.
So a centaur, an Earth Ganassi, and a halfling.
Slay. Slay. Hi, to the 3 of you.
You're kind of partly great back.
How long have you all been traveling on a ship?
So yeah.
Like, yes, I know how to ask these questions.
Yeah. Lena, the centaur, kind of almost like skitters a little bit nervously, like with like the hooves and stuff like that. Well, I'm pretty inexperienced when it comes to on the ship, but I am excited to learn about the sea and all the animals in it. I'm trained in druidic healing and stuff like that, so I've been doing that for probably about. I've been taught for I'm about 27, and I've been taught for about 20 of those years in this way.
That's good.
Yep. Felix, kind of is just like I've been on many ships across the years, probably 20-25 years on boats. I am traditionally medically trained. I am unfortunately unable to use magic for healing. I'm not magically inclined, but I am trained to treat injuries traditionally with bandages and the such. And then Rose. Well, I suppose, it's weird. I kind of sing and things get better. I'm able to do like some of the healing stuff as well, and from gifts from the goddess forever, I'm able to, some healing magic as well. I'm also able to do some basic injury treatment traditionally as well.
Okay.
And your experience on the sea at all?
I've been on only about 2 years. I'm kind of inexperienced when it comes to it. I'm kind of medically trained. I was a nurse for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the hospitals just down south.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I would love to hear about all of your motivations as to why you guys are healers and why you guys choose to help other people.
Lena once again kind of leads in and is just like, well,
The cleric is.
yeah. Look, it's just kind of what I was taught to do. I enjoy doing it. I like helping people. I like learning about things. So I find it exciting to explore. I've spent a lot of years in the woods around Lake Borodith, and a little bit in the jungles of the Dawnkin. I've recently come up north in the hopes of getting and exploring the sea a little bit. I am good with making medicines. I make my own healing salves. And I'm.
Carry that with us.
Yeah, and also like druid probably can like use magic maybe to help shape make I don't know, like make wood out of wood. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I'm unfortunately very not I haven't been on a voyage before, but I'm excited to try if you'll give me the chance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's awesome.
Yeah, Felix is like, I like I was good at it when I was younger, and it was the best career option available. I don't mind. I like helping. I like helping people and such, but it was more the best career option at the time when I went into it.
Dude has no people skills.
Well, hang on. If it's not your like go-to, then what's your passion?
I enjoy pottery.
Oh.
I like clay pottery.
Honestly, that could be good for the garden. But anyway.
But I'm quite capable
We're
in terms of.
on the fucking sea.
Zeph's not looking that far ahead, neither is
Yeah. And what was the question again about why?
Yeah, your motivations for healing.
Rose
and
is
why
just
you,
like,
why you care about others. And
Rose is just
everything
like, I noticed when my mum was sick when I was younger.
I'm sorry.
I started singing and she got better, and I was kind of chosen by Veriva, so I just kind of followed the path of my goddess.
And your gods told you to come aboard a ship.
My goddess just wanted me to help people. More vaguely, I kind of just go from town to town and help.
Can you say you heal people through song?
Through song, I've got some other healing magic as well, and I've picked up a few tricks from doctors and surgeons and nurses along the way.
Do you like to sing, or is it just
Yeah,
more
I love singing.
Do you have a favorite song?
No, she sings it. Sounds good.
She sings it.
Yeah, like she pulls out. It's like on a lyre and stuff like that. Like it's it's elegantly played and all that. Like just.
Honestly though, could be good for morale.
You have a crew that likes.
They already sing and shit. So.
Yeah, we'll have them good accompaniment.
Okay.
But then blind people would find it funny.
Alright.
Lena's that's complimenting.
You sound lovely.
Complimenting Rose and that just like really friendly.
And I completely understand the need to follow your goddess and doing whatever they ask of you, and if that even is just to help people, I can understand that. Another question is, how do you all feel about working alongside others, as well as possibly working with children as well? Yes, because I am also trained in the medical field, so there might be times where I might have to, like, I might step in to see if I can help at all, anything like that.
Lena's just like, I'm always, I like you taking care of kids. I've always enjoyed it. I've often been like with caring for foals and stuff like that. I always I like working with other people. I really enjoy being around others. They're a little bit nervous, and I appreciate when people don't teach me things. I like learning. I like studying things. I'm excited. She's still like, you notice like those stuff like they're very like almost like anxiously kind of skittish and stuff like that. She's like uncomfortable about like she's not gonna like being in like this kind of situation, but she like wants to go out and see things.
Me in a job interview when I am shaking, but the job interview I can't see it because it's under the table.
Yeah, basically, except you can see it because it's a fucking horse.
I understand.
Yeah, Felix is just like, I have treated children before. I'm fine with help inside
Oh my
infirmary.
god.
If you are magically trained, it typically makes things significantly faster in terms of healing.
Absolutely.
But yes, I'm fine with working with others. I have worked in hospitals before. Rose is just Rose is like, I really I like working with other people. I enjoy talking. I like singing with people. I like sitting around and talking. I enjoy like the bedside chats and stuff like that, and infirmary and stuff like that.
What's the gossip? Spill the tea.
Goss mom. She's like 45. She's like, yeah. She's kidding. She's like I like kids. I like working with them. I helped out in kindergarten for a bit. Sang to them.
Any old trained in self-defense or combat, because we may or may not get into hopefully not into a pickle, but
Obviously, being on the sea.
Lena's just like, as with many centaurs and just like Ethel and stuff like that, I'm quite a competent archer. I wasn't specifically trained for it, but as many centaurs have to, we learn self-defense and hunting purposes, so I've kind of learned how to do archery from when I was younger. Melee combat is not my strength, but I can kind of get out of the way pretty quick, and I'm good at kicking. And
Are there any like druidic magics that you can?
I've got like a couple of like tricks and stuff like that, but I rarely get a chance to use it, which I probably should be thankful for.
Absolutely.
But I've kind of practiced a couple of things that I've been taught. I got like I can kind of throw out vines and things like that to pull people, stuff like that, which can be useful maybe for pulling people out of water. It hurts a bit, but it works.
I understand.
Felix, he's like quite well muscled, something like that. It's just like I have been in a few scraps along the way. I am very good at hand-to-hand combat. Don't really carry weapons. I kind of just punch.
What's the tattoos he's got?
You see that kind of tattoos almost of like earth formations and stuff like that along them, like different kind of like natural kind of formations and stuff like that, and like kind of symbols of like I suppose you speak primordial and stuff like that, right? Yeah, it's kind of like almost like primordial and kind of what's the earth language again?
Shit. Terran?
Yeah, Terran. So there's stuff in primordial and Terran, like words and stuff inscribed. It's a lot of stuff around rocks and mountains, basically.
Fair. Nice tats, by the way.
Thank you.
That's all I have to say. They're cool.
Nods in appreciation.
And you?
I'm afraid I'm not particularly great in a fight. I'm good at charms and I'm good at inspiring others. I can put some people to sleep, which is helpful.
There's so many people that can do that.
But that's more for that's good in like one-on-ones. I don't like to kill. I don't like blood that much. I like making the blood go away when I heal it, but I don't like.
Zeph kind of sighs at that. Like,
I don't like drawing it out of people and stuff unless I have to.
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions regarding it? Anything at all?
Griot starts inquiring about their treatment of like anaphylaxis and stuff like that. Just like a random, very specific thing, and then was like happy about the quick answers that you did and things.
Captain, anything?
No, I think you have it handled.
gentlemen.
I don't know much about medicine.
Neither.
Well, I think that is everything that I have to ask personally. So we will make our decisions and let you guys know once we've made one. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, well, thank you for your time and stuff like that, and they went out.
Awkward bow.
Most of them don't like bow back, they like wave politely and stuff, and they like give you like almost like a slightly stranger when you like bow at them. Lena awkwardly does the same, but unsure of what's going on. So she's just like, she's like,
So awesome.
She's like, what goes for like a wave or something like that, like Ethel or something like that, and then just like sees you bowing, and she kind of like mirrors it, in like polite, very awkward, kind of like, I'm not quite sure what's going on, and then she heads out.
For real.
Alright. So what do you guys think of the candidates that we have for the medical officer? What did you guys get from the vibes of things?
Magic could be handy.
I think the same. I like the person with the druidic magic.
Oh, Lena? Yes. One of my concerns might be with Felix, because he's not magically inclined. If something were to happen to Engie, it would all rely on me or someone else that could heal as well.
That's very good thinking.
Yes, so we might have to go to Engie ourselves.
Did Lena say that she was also proficient in just regular medical treatment?
They're all like alright at it. Felix is the best because that's all he has.
I was gonna say.
Like he doesn't have the easy way of cure wounds or something like that. So he would be very good at like bandaging something tight or like stitches and stuff like that.
I just think that would also be very handy because we can't rely on magic all the time.
You see that from like Lena's garb and stuff like that, especially because you're medically trained and all that. You see a lot of that kind of stuff are non-magic ointments and things like that that help the healing process and disinfect wounds and stuff like that. So like she can do non-magical stuff, but it's all like kind of plant-based. It's natural cures. It's the essential oils, things like that.
Essential oils.
Yeah, like rocks. But yeah, like they work. They're good for like external healing stuff. You don't know how well she'll be doing it, like putting in a stitch or something. But a lot of that stuff there, are good for those kind of treatments of it. And you imagine as well, she's probably access like spells like cure wounds and things like that.
And she said that she was very like inclined to learn and stuff like that, so I could always help her with doing stitches and everything like that. Yes, what do you two think?
Zeph?
The druid or the Ganas, just because it might be helpful. I don't know, to know how to bandage and be more practical. And we can, I don't know, what if we can't rely on magic all the time?
Yes. Well, I did notice Lena doesn't fully use magic herself. And neither do I. I could.
Singing.
Lena is not the one that sings.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said Rose. My bad. Lena seems fine. Either or, I don't know.
I think Lena was my favorite. I think you made a good point about NG.
Yes, I just worry that maybe if something were to happen when Flo and I are off ship, no one would be able to help NG. If we don't have someone that is magically trained.
The engineer's gone, the magic cannons are gone, another one.
Yes.
Fixed. That's a very big point. Cat, what about you, Captain?
I thought we had been over this. I have no strong opinions either way.
But what do you think about Lena when she doesn't have any ship experience at all? You know more about ships than we do in sea travel, so this is something that we do need your opinion.
I don't mean to be rude to anyone here, but we have a lot of people aboard the ship who have no experience on a ship. So that is gone being a factor that I care about.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I've been on
5,
ships,
6.
but they're not this kind.
I'm talking about some children.
8, 9.
What didn't the tiger or lion guys say that
They're
they're raised on ships, right?
they're very
that's
like.
not the child I was
Oh.
referring to. I
Well,
was referring
true.
to Patrick and Ella.
Is Patrick even coming?
We haven't necessarily agreed that Patrick's coming.
Yes, but it's
But
No,
we
Patrick,
we extended the offer, so if he does, then
Oh yeah.
that's what Flo's referring to.
Patrick escorted you guys until he was
Yeah.
keen, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said he was keen to go.
And Lynn said maybe because Lynn was there to make the decision.
Oh yeah, because Flo wasn't there at the time. Flo was waiting for everyone else.
Yes.
Rip.
So Lynn was like, I'll get back to you.
But it would be good for the experienced to outweigh the inexperienced. Having more people that are familiar on a ship would be better.
We do
and
have a
much
lot of
smoother.
people that do have experience.
Felix has like what 20? What do you say? 20 years on a ship. That's also handy.
I mean, yeah, the experience on a ship. I'm sure there are certain diseases that are more common on the on boats than on land. Is that right, Flo?
Yes.
What's the one that makes your toes fall off?
There's a disease that
mean-
makes your toes fall off.
Mm.
Am I gonna get it?
No.
Oh,
I got
okay.
told that once.
Well, I mean, Lynn, what do you think? You are the person that will be working with them close. So
That's true. Who do you feel more comfortable?
really, I think the decision is yours, Lynn.
Mm.
Unless you have something to add, Grior.
Mm.
No, I agree. I was just like, I was just inquiring for one of my brethren.
Mm-hmm.
Are allergic to peanuts.
Oh well,
Right,
absolutely.
what?
All of them?
No, just one of them.
Well, that's completely fine.
We
It's like,
typically avoid peanuts.
Yes, we could let Zena know about that as well.
Well, what are your thoughts, though, about
Uh,
Lynn or Rose or Felix?
I have a soft spot for those that need teaching, so I quite like Lena. I think she looks like she will be good with the kids. I imagine when she referred to foals, she was talking about maybe centaurs. But also Rose's experience in the kindergarten could be good, especially if there are any unforeseen events that may result in more children.
Mm.
But we are currently not planning it.
Yeah, well, if you're going to be working with the medic closely, who do you feel most comfortable around?
Me?
Mm.
Um, do I have to make the decision? Like, does it have to be me?
I'm gonna say. Yeah, Greer doesn't notice. He's like, it's just normal behavior. I was trying to say Greer would be like, this one's anxious. Are you alright?
I'm fine. Everything's fine, always.
You can't lie, you're bad at lying.
Shut up. Maybe one day I'll roll a nat 20.
And it turns to a 119.
Natural.
Yes.
Mm.
Well, out of all of them, I think I do personally prefer either Lena or Rose, just because their people skills and their need to help others seems a bit more genuine. I don't doubt Felix's abilities at all, but I'm someone that just wants to heal and take care of others for the sake of taking care of them, and I feel that Rose and Lena both feel, maybe not as strongly as I do, but somewhat of the same about it, rather than Felix, who just said that he just did it because it was the best thing that he was good at and the best job. That kind of upset me a little bit.
Zeph contemplates on that on those words and like, same. But doesn't say it out loud.
Yes, but the both of them did seem rather friendly, and I think in case we wanted to have the non-magical means to things, I feel like Lena might be suitable because she does have the ointments and stuff, and if we were to have a garden, we could grow those.
Oh yeah.
And then we could grow the things
the
that...
druid can grow the plants quicker.
Yes, the things
That would
that
bypass the needs for certain fertilizers and growing techniques.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Neither did I, actually. I was just thinking that we would be able to grow the things that she may need in order to do that. And if there were salves and balms and things of the sorts, we could always bring them with us if we were to go somewhere. If we could get her to make any extras, so we could always...
Alright,
have
I'm
some.
convinced. Centaur druid, Lena.
Oh my gosh, you could just say her
Very well.
name.
Well, Lena, you also think Lena as well?
I think Lena's the best choice.
Lena?
Oh,
Lena and
Grior, Lena?
Gregor nods.
Very well. Then we have a decision.
L-E-N-A.
Oh, okay, the way it's nods, but yes.
Right. Well, I will head out to Magnus again.
Yep.
Magnus, we have decided that we would love to have the services of Lena, if that is possible.
Of course, of course. Who would you like me to send in next?
What have we done? We've done chef, engineer,
And medic.
and medic.
And the crew.
We've done crew as well. We need
Quartermaster and
next
navigator.
navigator.
And first mate.
And first mate.
Yeah,
You asked for a pool of them, so you did get a pool for them if you want.
yeah, sure. So, yeah, I guess we'll do navigator next.
Cool.
Because that seems more important.
He's gonna say, give me 5 minutes, because Lochlan's gonna run away for a second.
Go piss, girl.
Yeah, that's my tum-tum is so...
Oh,
Right.
that's all Tum Tum. What's wrong, buddy?
So done, done.
Poor dietary decisions.
Did the instant coffee not agree with you?
No, I thought you guys coffee.
Hey guys!
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel.
Hi stream.
How's it going, Bruce? My name is... Not really right.
Oh. I guess I head back into the room after letting Lena know that we are choosing her. Hey guys.
Did I make the right decision?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, you made a group decision, did you not?
I know, but you guys seem to. I never interviewed someone before.
Neither. Unless it was... Never mind. You best not know that.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, now I want to know.
Lol. Are you considering interrogation interview?
Yeah.
I whisper into Lindsay as like, well, technically I've interrogated people right before, I do the old but because, they're bad and they need information. I whisper it.
Do we notice?
Well,
Oh,
surely
but
we
he's not
noticed
here.
weird. Surely we noticed weird.
Are you trying to hide it?
I don't notice weird.
Neither do I.
I'm not hiding it at all. Like I'm
Okay.
like,
They rolled a 4.
oh.
You said you wanted to know.
Yes, I did. I suppose.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing about that?
I'm awkwardly laughing.
Oh,
Don't,
Right.
like I said, don't worry about it.
well now I am certainly worried.
I'm not. Don't worry. Nah, yeah, I think you made a good. I think you made a good choice with the druid because the garden's gonna look so much greener and nice now.
Oh, I think you and Melanie did a perfect job at the garden, even without our help. You guys would have done great.
No, I think. Oh no, yeah, me and Mel. That'll be our zone.
Mhm.
But in case Lena wants to come and plant some herbs or essential things, then they'll be welcome too. Everyone's welcome in the garden. What am I saying? I just think it'll be handy in case we need some quick meal, like a quick veggies or quick fruit. Druids can do that.
Hello, Auckland.
I'm not sure.
Anyway, navigators.
Yes.
Navigator.
Yeah. So, you watch as Magnus brings in another Warforged.
Another brute.
This very kind of slender figure. Has a very interesting design where around her head are these two kind of almost like they seem like large ears to you guys. They're kind of like these kind of plates that have intricate magical inlays and stuff throughout them.
Fucking sonar, bitch.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
And introduces her as Sona.
Ah!
Lol.
Yeah, literally S-O-N-A, Sona.
Oh.
I realized that later, and I was just like, fuck. And then the other one, and then brings in a old dwarf that's kind of dressed a little bit like Radagast.
Slay.
Radagast the Brown.
Yes.
Aw.
Very short, very beard,
Aw.
very like that. And introduce him as Gregor. He's like this kind of old guy. He's kind of like mumbling a little bit
Is it
with like a pipe.
Is it
just the
two?
two?
Okay, cool, thank you. And Gregor?
Yes. G-R-E-G-O-R. Gregor.
Dwarf.
Hello, pleasure to meet you both.
Greetings.
Ah, how long have you both been sailing?
About 70
How old is this
70
dwarf?
years?
90.
Is that old or young for a dwarf?
That's
Uh,
young for a dwarf.
yeah,
Or
they
like
live-
middle age.
Yeah, they live like what 160 or something.
Yeah.
200.
Maybe older.
Yeah, he's old. Like he looked older. Like he's about 90.
He's about 90.
So I'd say that probably this was maybe 150 years. So he's,
Okay, fair.
Oh, okay.
he's he's not that young.
He's
I
still
mean.
got like a few good decades
Yeah.
on him. Okay.
And so responds with, I have not been on a voyage yet, but I am programmed to be ready for the sea.
Ah,
I am designed for ocean exploration.
right. Is there something in particular in your blueprints that is specifically for ocean exploration?
I have been designed and memorized all known sea charts. As well as that, I have also got the ability to locate incoming weather events through magic.
Oh.
That is pretty handy. What is the weather situation at the moment?
Currently, it is sunny. It will
Right.
remain so for probably the next 2 or so days, unless something unpredicted occurs.
Is there a window nearby?
Yeah.
Can I look out the window?
It's sunny.
Shamms is blown away.
I look at Zeph and whisper.
I cannot
It
predict
seemed pretty
any
good.
magical
That's
weather
some
events.
powerful magic.
They are by chance.
What are the currents like at the moment in the Imperio? Near, I forget what the port's called. Near my home. Port. What is it?
Pumpkin port.
It's somewhere in here.
Welcome to Pumpkin Port.
Are currents there something that would be marked on sea charts and stuff like that?
Depends, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
currents are important for direction on what's the best way to sail.
Yeah. She will relay that information and then she'll add the like a little kind of thing like on the end. Unless information has been censored by the Imperial government, that is what is publicly available.
Right. And what about you? Do you have any? Was it Gregor?
Yes.
Gregor, do you have any particular skills? What are you especially adept at with navigation?
It's just like I've navigated 17 years, haven't sunk yet. I am able to read the clouds.
Do they speak to you?
No matter of speaking. You know that it's probably just really fucking superstitious.
I was gonna say. I was about to ask him. What sort of superstitions do you have for when you step onto a boat? It is very important, obviously, for me that there are certain things that are done before we step onto a ship. So
He does a very weird dance that most people say passive religion.
Passive
Passive
religion.
religion.
10 plus your religion bonus.
12.
14.
9.
10.
I'd say you get bonus because you're zeroing. It's fucking. It's
I was
like
gonna
a
say, I
yeah.
recognize
You
it.
were like funny. You like kind of heard about like weird things amongst like followers of Yandros and things like that. This is a dance that's performed during like the a song like the what the fuck did I call it, the police festival with the thunder drums and things. It's like a prayer dance.
Oh, okay.
So he performs that and it's like
Ah,
Oh.
I see. Yes. That
Another
makes
bard. Okay.
sense. No.
Zeph.
What? It's a nice
Right.
dance.
What are your opinions about if there is an uncharted weather disruption or something that brings rough sailing to us? What sort of things would you do if it is unpredictable?
Gregor being like very experienced stuff like that, he is quite adaptable and stuff like that. So he goes through and explains the various kind of maneuvers and things like that he knows for different patterns and stuff like that, and like goes through different reasoning about how he would do something like that. Sona responds with, "Unfortunately, due to my recent creation, I must learn about unpredictable events still. Unfortunately,
I figured as much.
I am fast at learning, but it will take me time to be ready for them."
Yes, I understand. Say, when you were created, were you made with the assumption that you would go on long voyages or just short voyages? Would you work for Imperial or for a particular organization, or maybe like even would you be working mostly with mercantile vessels or?
I was designed to primarily aid merchants, but I am capable on serving any vessel. I
Fascinating.
do not require food. Long voyages are completely within my capabilities.
Excellent.
true. Ooh, what is the aspect of actually being?
I also don't drown,
Yeah.
No, they
but
can
they
go on a
do
worse
sink.
ship.
Goodbye, horse. Just hanging out down there, like.
Any of you got any martial prowess in case we come under attack?
I am capable of basic magic in order to defend myself and push enemies away from me.
Push them overboard. Cool. What about you, Gregor?
Gregor pulls out a knife.
That it?
He looks at your fucking knives, and then he just goes,
I don't use them for show. This is where the action happens, man.
he looks at that, and then looks at his knife, and just nods.
No magic, no combat experience at all. Just like self-defense.
Sonar and stuff?
Gregor.
Gregor's just like,
Alright.
been in a few scraps across the years. I am old. I have been attacked by pirates a couple of times.
Okay.
I have stabbed a couple of pirates a couple of times.
Whoa.
What is your opinion of pirates?
Gregor lets out a long expletive written rant about no good sea rats.
What about the Imperial?
Gregor appreciates its stability and the order it provides to like those voyages. He praises about how stable they've been, and like his voyages through like period wood and stuff are always smoother. But he doesn't like give any strong to or for like arguments against the systems that they impose or anything like that. He's very kind of neutral on that.
If you could choose any particular vessel to sail with, who would you sail with, Gregor?
In terms of
Just any sort of vessel. What do you picture when you think that this is the ideal vessel to sail on? Is it of a particular organization or?
I'm not fussed too much. I've always enjoyed fishing, however.
Interesting. Would you prefer to navigate for a fishing vessel?
I'm not too fussed. I can typically fish in my free time off most vessels. But I do like regularly being in port. My knees get sore at sea for too long.
My knees.
Right. How regularly would we need to be in port?
So I mean, I've been on 2 voyages for like maybe been up to 3 weeks at sea. I didn't like it, but I can stay at sea for a while. I just get a bit sore, all the rocking and such.
Right. So long voyages probably would not bother you as much, or would you be not looking forward to long voyages?
He's just like, yeah, I wouldn't look forward to a long voyage, but I can deal with it for pay.
If we are to pay you and give you the potential opportunity for a business venture on the ship, what would you do with it?
He's just like, drink, fishing rods, bait.
Right.
Drum.
Those were the musical instruments.
You would know that
For
for,
instance.
for like Yandra's like worship and stuff like that, the drum is like it's there. They're really fucking loud, these drums. Like they're designed to like replicate like the noise of thunder and things.
Speaking of bad names.
And Sana, what would you do if you had a, if you were able to be paid quite substantially? What would you spend your paycheck on?
I am not sure yet, unfortunately. I have not had the time to explore the world.
Do you like exploration?
I am interested to discover what is out there. At least from what is unknown, I relish the opportunity to memorize new things.
Right. Does anybody else have any questions?
I don't know.
No, I think you're the
Yeah.
expert on this, Flo.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question for you, Gregor. You are obviously a worshipper of Yandros. Have you ever had a conversation with your god?
Shakes his head.
Interesting. Do you think that he communicates through the clouds?
Nods.
Interesting. Alright, well,
Oh.
I think that is all of the questions that I have. So we will have to have a bit of time to confer with one another if that is amiable for everyone.
Yeah.
And we will get back to you when we have a decision.
Gregor kind of like the greeting grunt, he grunts again and like wanders out and like a bit of a hobble. So now thanks you for your time and then very kind of robotically walks
Yeah.
out. You notice like as well like during like NG is a bit more natural when it comes to like walking like a
Yeah.
person. Sona is very kind of
Just been made.
yeah.
Did Sona say like how old they were?
No.
No.
Pretty
She
much
said-
just been made.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! So we got a newborn robot.
Yeah, Well, what do you all think?
Oh, this one's actually tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Greor tentatively like brings one of his paw and just like
Yes.
if we do take the dwarf, I would appreciate it if he swore less about things. I get pirates may not be pleasant, but I would rather the children did not learn that.
Of course. Actually, what is your opinion on pirates, Grior? Do you have any strong feelings either way? Flush is very even as she asks,
Yeah,
and no reaction to
yeah.
Gregor.
No reaction.
Yeah, Greor is like for a moment almost looks kind of like sad in a way. Because you imagine he's probably lost people to pirate, right? And things like
Yeah.
that. And you imagine the tiny thing is like,
Mhm.
I would be lying if I said that I liked them. I've met pirates that have done things for the right reason and tried to be just upon the seas. But I have also lost many of my kin to their raids, so it is hard to say. A person is something to be judged as an individual rather than a group.
Interesting. Actually, that is a good point, and I will maybe go and speak to Gregor about his opinion on children. I assume he won't have any issue with Sona, so if that is okay with everyone, I will go and speak to him.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll head back out and I'll see if I can find Gregor.
Yeah, Gregor's sitting on like a fucking stool somewhere. He's like rubbing his knee.
Hello.
Mhm.
We had a bit of a discussion. We are still in the process of deciding, but what is your opinion on being on a ship with a lot of children or the younger individuals? I noticed that you were quite incensed when I asked about pirates, and there is a concern that perhaps if you are around a lot of children, that maybe you might not be able to hold your tongue.
I can hold my tongue, but children on a boat.
Yes.
It is your ship. I am not a child person. I can try. I will control my language around the kids if that is a concern, but I can only do so much. I am not as young as I used to be.
Right. Did anybody follow me out? Okay. Nobody?
No.
I'm going to lean a bit closer to him. What you said about pirates, if you were to come into contact with a pirate, what would you do?
In terms of what way, like fight or just a boat? Typically, I try to avoid combat. I am old and I will probably die in it. But
One shot.
if it comes to boarding and things, it depends on captain's orders.
Right. So if we are to get into a scrap at all, what are your thoughts on fighting?
I will fight to defend the ship. I would rather not be involved in any boardings. I am not as young as I used to be. I cannot swim across or run as quick as I used to, but I am capable of defending myself and others.
Yes, I assumed as much. But the children you would prefer to be on a vessel without them. Yes?
I would be lying if I said that I thought it was a good idea. But
Yes.
you are the captain of your ship.
That is true.
I will do what I must.
Very well. Thank you. That has been very enlightening.
He nods and goes back to like smoking his pipe.
Son is nearby as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is your opinion on children?
Greetings. Are you talking about the small beings that are running around outside?
Yes, exactly.
They are fine. I do not have a problem with them. They ask questions.
They do. And how old did you say you were?
I was created 3 months ago.
Right. So not a lot of time, right, to work on the more natural aspects.
Sorry, my laptop stopped charging for some reason.
You did what?
I eat it.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Eated it.
Oh, it's coming in. Anyway, I'm sure that's fine. Yeah, that's good. Anyway, what's the question?
I just said so not a lot of time to work on the more natural aspects of communicating with people.
No, unfortunately not. I look forward to improving this skill. Due to our nature, we are unable to express emotion as well as organic beings.
Yes. Interesting.
I will improve with time.
Yes, you said you are quite a quick learner.
Yes, my kind are good at learning things quickly.
That's interesting. Well, thank you very much for your time. I just forgot to ask a question, so we will still be deliberating, but I will be just a moment.
Of course.
Right, I'll head back in. So, Gregor is not a big fan of kids. Would prefer not to be on a vessel with them. And will try to hold his tongue as best he can, but will make no real promises about being able to do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Zona has no issue with children, but does not know much about them.
Question.
Yes?
Can we say no to both of them?
Say no to both of them.
I don't know. Somewhat like either you have a crotchety old man, crotchety old dwarf that just seems to be miserable and old and will probably get knocked over, or someone that has had zero experience. I don't know.
Well, we could ask Lucy to try and navigate, but Lucy is not as proficient as I am on the sea with navigation, so I do not think that would also be the best option.
Absolutely. I'm just a little undecided as well. I obviously don't know enough about navigating the sea to give my full opinion on who I think is best, because both of them, I can only give an opinion from like an empathetic standpoint on how I feel like with them as
Well, that is still useful.
people. But I feel neutral about both.
Mm.
Mm.
I mean, practically, experience probably takes all, but I just really don't like it. I just don't really like that Gregor dude.
Right. What about you, Shams?
I mean, you're going to be doing most of the navigating most of the time, right?
Probably, yes.
And I think an extra navigator is not going to be too useful in those situations, except when you're not on the ship. But maybe what was the Warforged?
Sonar.
So,
Ah, that's right, sonar. But I mean, at least in those situations, sonar will be able to help and give us some extra insight. And maybe sonar said that they're kind, quick learners. Maybe they can learn from you.
I suppose so.
If it's the lesser of the two, then yeah.
Grior, what are your thoughts?
Those Warforged are fascinating. I have not encountered many of them.
Yes.
I am hesitant towards the dwarf. I value experience in a navigator, but if the Warforged is memorized all the sea charts,
That's true.
she could be, or it could be. What is the way to them? They.
We could ask.
We could as well, yes, we could ask. They
Do-
for now, perhaps, or
I
just
think
Sona?
yes, they for now. But I think that they could be useful in terms of minimizing the amount of charts on a ship. And if they are able to detect incoming weather events, at least the natural kind with magic, that could prove useful for early warnings.
Yes, that is true.
Storms. We are if they are not able to fight as well because of the inexperience, but if they are capable with magics to push and move people around, it could be useful.
Right. What
But I can't.
what are your thoughts? I mean, we don't have to decide on the navigator right now. I mean, we could always look at the pool of first mates, or is it first mates we still have left? Yeah.
You've
Force
got
mate
first mate and
Quartermasters?
yes.
Okay. Well, we could still see if any of them have perhaps navigation experience that they might be able to assist Sona until they learn, maybe.
Okay. No, I don't mind that idea.
Right. Well, then maybe we are undecided at the moment, but you think Sona,
That's my vote.
Zeph,
If we have to pick one of the two, I'd go with the Warforged.
Sona.
They have a name.
No, I'll go with Sona.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Lynn.
Out of all of them, I would probably best be like I would probably go with Sona as well.
Right. Grior.
The wolf with sonar could be good.
Right. Yes. Okay. Well, how about we wait for now with making the final decision and interview the quartermasters next. Maybe some of them or some of the first mates have any navigational experience as well.
Absolutely.
Alright, I will go and tell Magnus.
Yep.
Magnus, we are still a little bit undecided with the navigator. We are just struggling with the lack of experience with Sona, even though they are a quick student, learner, but we also were not as certain with Gregor about how he would act around kids, which obviously we have a lot on our ship now.
Yeah,
so
he kind of nods here. Like he nods, like acknowledges, like nods you, and he's busy like around like some blueprints and stuff of like the boat.
So we were wondering if perhaps we can just interview the quartermasters next, and then see if maybe some of them have any navigational experience. Would you know at all?
Well, I'm not super sure how they're good about that. The quartermasters were a bit harder to find. A lot of them are taken, very efficient ones. I have found a dwarven merchant who's able to keep stock of inventory and things, and a former accountant.
Right. And the first mates that you are able to find?
They are both seem quite proficient. I've got a former captain in the port authority who seemed interested in a change of career, and I have found someone who has led ship crews before. She seemed quite an interesting sort.
Right. Okay, we will interview the quartermasters next, if that is possible.
Yep. Sure. Yeah. He like you go back to the room, I imagine, and he leads in. This short dwarven guy with like very well braided beard and very kind of almost aristocratic kind of clothing. And then you see like a half elf woman, kind of in like very kind of almost professional like blouse and things like that. With like sort of like half moon spectacles on. Her hair slightly graying a little bit. I think she's probably 47 or 48. She's relatively old. And introduces the dwarven as Tomas.
Tomas.
Tomas. And the half elf woman as Delilah.
Delilah.
Do either of them have any symbols of the Imperior on them?
No.
Okay, thank God.
So Thomas is a dwarf, right?
Yes.
And Delilah's a half elf.
Yeah.
Hello. Pleasure to meet both of you.
Greetings. Dwarf gives like a firm nod.
How are you?
Dwarf kind of responds, his hands kind of. I am well, thank you.
Good.
How are you?
Good.
And I'm quite well, thank you.
How long have both of you been traveling on ships?
Both of them basically say they have like almost no experience on boats. But they both will talk about how they're good at their various forms of engineering. Like Tomas will go over about his management of the business and kind of his stock levels and like his skill on that. And Delilah highlights former accountant. She's good with like paying people on time and managing funds and things like that, and can keep track of like stock and stock loss and things like that. Like her skill set's in like money management and like keeping track of where funds are going.
Okay.
And that includes purchasing and things like that as well. So she's got her skill like purchasing that, but Tomas is very good experienced like inventory management.
Cool. We are interested in perhaps setting up a bit of a business when we are not on the ship. We are unsure exactly the direction that it will be going in at the moment, but would either of you be interested in something like inventory management? I know that you, Tomas, are much more experienced in that, perhaps.
Yes, I'm set up a few businesses now. All of them have gone quite well. But I've never done one from a boat before. I have run cart management, shipping before, in terms of from an office. And then Delilah will highlight her experience as an accountant and like her ability to manage funds and along those lines in terms of her skills in money management.
Okay. And what is the reason for both of you to want to go on a voyage?
Well, sir, I was getting quite bored of the kind of stagnant office, and I was hoping to kind of find myself out on the seas. 2 minutes last week, she wants to find herself.
On a spiritual journey to find myself.
Right. And for you, Tomas?
Well, I am quite interested, at least to see logistics from this perspective from the ocean, and see how that works, and see how that would influence any future business endeavors.
Right. Do you intend to jump from business to business, or are you the kind to stay for a while, Tomas?
I typically will say for a few years and learn what I can before setting up something new. I imagine with this I probably will not be able to sell it on to someone else, but I value the experience.
Right. And for you, Delilah?
Well, I mean, it depends how it goes. I'm obviously quite inexperienced when it comes to this sort of thing, but I'm interested to see where it takes me.
You're interested to see where it takes you?
Mhm.
Right. And longevity-wise, you see that you might
Ah.
be here for a little while?
If I like it, I'm sure I'll spend some time. I've worked
If I
in.
like it.
But if you don't like it, then you are out of the door, so to speak.
I'm sure I'll stick around for a bit. You can't. It takes time before fitting in with anything new. So I'm sure I'll be with her probably for a bit, just trying to get a feel for things and trying to make plans. Get comfortable and see how that works. And sometimes things just don't work out.
Right, see, I am not in the business of placing my bets on people who might walk out of the door. I quite value consistency and I value loyalty, so it is a bit of a concern that neither of you have any experience on a ship, if that makes sense. Do any of you have any questions to ask?
It's very possible that when we're not using the ship, that we might want to use it as a shipping vessel, just to earn some extra money while we're out and about. Do either of you have experience with that sort of business?
So Tomas will highlight, his skill set is he did run cart shipping and stuff across the merchant fisheries, and he's set up more business that are based around that. And Delilah will highlight her skill at money management, and now she's been probably about 20 or so years as an accountant, so she's very skilled at those kind of things.
Cool. Do they have any weapons at their side?
No, neither.
Okay, and they both look pretty well presented.
Yeah, they look like office workers.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Ooh.
No. No.
Zeph? Is this in character?
Yes. You said I have any questions? No.
Okay.
Just kind of giving a very what the fuck look on both of them.
Lynn?
No, I don't think I have any questions.
It is quite a dangerous thing to be on a ship. How would you guys go with being raided by pirates?
They're both kind of just very sheepishly honest. They just don't know what to do in those situations.
Right.
We can reenact the scene right now if you want.
They both very politely decline. That was a test.
Okay, and would either of you be interested in learning how to defend yourselves?
Yeah, both are open to learning new things.
Right. What about management of people? Have you had any experience with this and the kind of resources that will go into managing people?
Yeah, Lochlan, he's just I've run quite a few businesses. I'm used to dealing with employees and such. Vlad's got less experience with people and stuff, and she's very one-trick
Fuck
pony in
that
terms
bitch.
of money.
Fuck that
But
bitch.
she wants to find herself, Holly.
I don't give a shit.
Holly, she wants to
If
find
you wanna
herself on
find
the scene.
yourself, get the fuck out.
Live, laugh, love.
No, bitch.
She's gonna come in there and fucking live, love up, and on the desk and be sitting there.
Inspirational.
Yeah, it'd be a hang in there cat on the wall.
Grior, do you have any questions or?
Grior, shakes his head.
Alright, well, I think, thank you both for your time. We will just have to discuss a little bit if that is okay. And then we will get back to you in just a moment.
Yep.
Oh, actually, before we go, what is your opinion with children? On children, sorry.
I mean, Delilah seems enthusiastic. She's like, I've always wanted kids, stuff like that. And Tomas is a bit more
not as much of a fan of children, but they are not a bother for
No, I
you?
dealt with them before.
Right. Well, thank you very much for your time. We will just have to discuss that a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait for them both to leave.
Like second door squish shakes his head.
Zeph slams his head onto the table and like.
Are you alright? Do you need me to help you?
If I may be frank about it,
They gave.
I'm of the two of them. They both seem relatively incompetent
They
for the
sucked.
job.
Griot, you
If-
can say it. They sucked.
If I was to pick one more positively, a happy crew is a crew that's paid on time. But also a happy crew is one that's fed.
Yes, I was actually thinking that Tomas would be the better of the two
Mm-hmm.
because he can manage inventory, and it is a concern for me when somebody says, if I like it, I might be there for a few years.
Yes, that doesn't sound
But, like I said, I am sure that Lucy would not have a problem with stepping in a little bit as the quartermaster, but like I said, she is probably not able to do both jobs when we are not on the ship, so we would have to look at a different port for another quartermaster if we don't choose one from this pool.
Griot also says, well, if you are worried about that, we can always send people to assist this Lucy, who is someone I assume I have not met yet.
My sister.
Well, we do have people that can help. You can always send.
Do you have anybody that is experienced in being a quartermaster?
We've had people that have helped out quartermasters before. They would be able to help with those sort of jobs of counting and keeping track of stock. They've all been practiced, and we do have people that are able to
Right.
do it to help out. So, out of game, basically, your crew could
Can
help.
fill the spot.
Yeah, they can help out in those things. So, like, Lucy is trying to split things. But also in terms of, like, instead of Lucy is able to run the ship as a quartermaster, she's probably not as effective in terms of, like, that stuff. But that's why you do a full team. So if you're a navigator or something, they are able to steer the ship.
Yeah.
So you don't need, like,
Yeah.
What about Lucy or Mel? Honestly, they both seem well organized, and well, Mel's at least with Mel, personable. Lucy, smart. I think one of the two would probably be a much better choice than those
I
guys.
don't think Million has
Well,
ever been on a ship.
I was going to
before.
say, here is the problem. If you are all apparently concerned about experience now, Melian has no experience in being a quartermaster.
Yeah, she does event organisation sometimes, and sometimes she would host a party and everything like that, but there was nothing like...
But I like Lucy and Mel.
Yeah. You would know that
Just slams his head on
Lucia,
the table.
as part of like education stuff, is like, as the kind of the magic and culture, she learned like the kind of major stuff. But a lot of time here as well, they would also teach the more
Yeah.
mathematically inclined children those jobs of quartermaster and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
So Lucy would be very familiar with the kind of arithmetic and stuff that would be involved with it.
Yeah.
She's less she's not the most personable of people, but she's able to do it fine.
Yeah.
And like she's more than
Yeah.
capable of running a ship in terms of the admin side of things.
And probably Lucy has at least more experience than those two.
Oh yeah, she'd probably have shit tons. Like
Yeah.
most of the education is based around the naval traditions. So
Yeah. I think Lucy,
Well, let's just see.
if she's cool with that is.
I will have to ask her.
Hmm.
Okay. Right. So neither of them. Then.
That's just me.
All
That's
right.
just me.
I will tell Magnus then.
Hmm.
I'll head back out. Magnus,
Mhm.
we appreciate you getting both of the candidates on such short notice. I know it was quite a struggle, but we don't think either of them will necessarily be the best fit for us at the moment.
well, yeah, a more unethical approach if you're looking for a more experienced quartermaster is you could always try and say there's a vessel that's just come in. You could always offer to
Right,
pay
okay.
someone a bit better on your boat. If you're interested, of course, inside a more experienced individual.
Yes, that is always something that we could discuss.
But yes, all the people that I find, I also give like a vet for to make sure they're not. That Buzz had no paperwork. Like none. Like I could not vet Jacob because there was nothing on him.
Yes.
Those two have a very clear paper record. So in terms of like, yeah, there's a couple of shady looking fellas that were quartermasters, but I think they might have been former pirates. Or current pirates as well.
What is your opinion on pirates, Magnus?
They don't get away with my business, I don't mind.
Yeah, well.
When they get away with my business,
Never mind, yes, understandable. Well, I think at this time we will kindly decline both of the candidates that you have found for
yeah,
us.
he nods and just crosses like 2 names out in the book and then goes back to like these blueprints.
And if it's possible, would you mind sending in the first mates?
Yeah, he nods.
I have to pay, so
Go for it. Yeah.
go. I'll have to piss it.
We'll wait for a second
Yeah,
so we
we'll
can do the description.
Bloody.
Piss girl. There's some fun options there.
I just feel more fussy about the navigator and the quartermaster and the first mates because they're probably the most important roles aside from the captain. Like you need a navigator to fucking know where to go. You need a quartermaster to organize shit, and a first mate, well, to keep to fucking be the captain when the captain's not here. Who gives a shit? We don't have a fucking.
Yeah. By the way, the further down you go, the harder it was for me to think of like fun, like cool NPCs and things. So I was just like, yeah, former accountant that wants to find themselves. Fuck it, love.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I truly love it.
Like stuff like the chef and all that, it was just me like goblin chef. I was like, I thought of like some of the characters I've written in the past. I'm just like goblin chef.
No,
And I'm just like, you know what I fucking love? A fucking chef that's anal about shit. So I wrote one of those in. In terms of quartermaster, it's just like, oh fucking, they'll be just nerds as shit. The dot points for Thomas was harsh dwarven man with a braided beard.
Fair.
And Zlila was former accountant, wants to find herself. In terms of medical, that was some of the first ones I did, so it's just like, yeah, cool.
I mean, I feel like we've got reasonably experienced crew. Like, you know, the Tabaxi and Leah, this crew anyway have been on the sea most of their lives.
Yeah.
Engie's been on the sea for 10 years. Xena's been on the sea for how many years did she say?
Many
years.
And she's militarily trained.
Yeah, which is also kind of helpful. Lena's the only non-experienced one we've kind of got in terms of the officers. And,
Yeah.
And you know, us, but...
She's experience in terms of medicine, but inexperience in terms of shit.
Yeah, but like, that's good. That's good. I feel like we've got some pretty experienced people. Obviously, we don't have a navigator yet, and we don't have a quartermaster yet.
Oh, yeah.
Fun fact, I can actually become proficient in any water vehicle and navigation tool or any kind of tool that we need. I just need a short rest.
Jesus
Ghost, how do I steer ship?
Yeah, literally. It's called, what is it called?
Fucking like, what is it? God.
It's called,
God, how the fuck do I use
it's called Whispers of the Dead. Whenever you finish a short or long rest, you can choose one skill or tool proficiency that you lack and gain it from a ghostly presence.
Yeah,
so much with you.
That's true. Zeph can in fact steer a ship. He just has to ask Ghost how to do it.
Yeah. But again, not helpful because, I don't know, what if I need to, I probably want to be on the ship. But yeah. I would have said this to Flo in character at some point. Zeph can learn any skill. We just needs a quick nap. I can learn any skill or
Zeph
tool
takes
proficiency.
a little nappy to consult the dead and then be like,
give me an
hey.
hour and Zeph can learn any skill or tool.
Yeah, but that doesn't solve.
I know.
Yeah.
But like, if we ever need it on the ship while we're on the ship, then
Yeah.
just let Zeph know that he can do that.
Well, Magnus leads in 2 kitchen, both of which are quite tall. The first one is this bugbear, very well muscled, wearing this kind of blue, like bluish armor. It's kind of like in like Port Authority. You know, he's well regarded in terms of that. He walks in almost very militaristic. He's
the Port Authority.
Yeah. Former member of Port Authority. It's got the kind of blue armor that they wear still on. And the second one is this kind.
Oi.
Is this tall half-orc. She's kind of dressed casually in these kind of like sailor's leathers in a way. She's got a kind of very large like Barbosa almost hat. So
The
very
what?
kind of the
Oh.
talking about this one.
Yeah.
Very like kind of wide brim, big kind of feather in it, and then on her belt she's got this kind of long rapier and a whip on the other side.
Let's be bigger.
Cool.
Do I look more impressive? Be honest.
She carries herself really fucking well, but so do you. Like, her hat's bigger. Her hat's like a very.
Immediate no.
It's like a very. It's the very big like Barbosa hat. You've got like a more classical tricorn. But yeah,
Can
like,
we notice Flo's scowl?
No, Flo has no reaction.
Okay, fair.
my hat is inferior. I must get a bigger tricorn.
Yeah.
Walk in, you're just wearing a fucking like triangular door or something. You're like, I am the ultimate pirate.
Yes.
But introduces the bugbear as Fenrir.
Then.
Nice.
Norse god, yep.
Yep.
And then the half orc as Coral.
Coral.
K-O-R-A-L.
K-O. So Coral's the orc.
Yes.
Orc or half orc?
Half orc.
What was it?
Orc.
So
And a bugbear.
Fenrir and
Coral.
Carl.
4 first mates.
Hello, pleasure to meet you both.
Greetings, ma'am. And then, just like a casual kind of like, two fingers like,
Right. That's from Carl.
yeah.
So you are both experienced first mates.
Yes, ma'am. I served as a lieutenant under one of the Port Authority cruises.
Cool.
And then Carl kind of responds, done here and there. Captained, first mated.
Captain.
Yes, some merchants hire me to sail their ships for them. The rich often can't drive their own boats, so they need someone to do it
Right.
for
And
them.
what is your opinion of the rich?
Pay well.
Paid well? But no other opinion either way.
Their money was gold,
And
sometimes platinum.
which waters did you sail?
I've sailed probably all of them by now. Sailed around Imperial a bit. They didn't really need my help as much as I've sailing their ships for them, but I've done freighters through there, and then sailed through the Shadow Archipelago. I try to avoid it. A lot of pirates around there.
And what are your opinions on pirates?
They attacked me.
Can I roll an insight check?
Yeah.
Can I roll an inside check?
Yeah.
Wait, is this Fenrir or Coral's?
This
This
is
is
Carl.
Carl.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I
I'll
didn't
roll
think
inside on
right.
Coral.
That was
11.
a 12 for me.
Yeah. Passive.
17.
Yeah. Look, Carl is very kind of
Excuse you,
nonchalant
boss.
about it. She's
Okay.
like, it's a job. She seems very, like, from the way she carries it, she's confident. She's someone that isn't stressed about, being in this kind of position. She's fine, like, talking to people and all that. Fenrir is very uptight, very
Yeah.
kind of, he was part of a military unit. Like, he was trained to do this. But Carl, when she's talking about pirate stuff, she's very kind of like, dealt with them.
Okay.
She looks like someone that's been, like, she's got a couple of like scars and stuff on her and stuff, and like, you imagine from different fights and things like that.
You say you have. Oh, I'm sorry. Did Fenrir answer the question that I was kind of directing at both of them about pirates? What are your opinions on pirates?
Fenrir hasn't answered
He
yet.
hasn't. Yeah, so I'll direct it to him as well. And you, Fenrir?
Pirates are a pestilence on the sea, ma'am.
Right. So not a huge fan of pirates.
No, ma'am.
Why is that?
Fought them, tried to break in the cove a couple times, raided ships in our waters, interrupted trade. Fought them for about 20 years, ma'am.
Do you think any of them have morals?
Probably.
Right. Doesn't bother you though.
Mission's a mission.
That's very true. Say if I were to have a disagreement with either of you, obviously you have captained before, Coral, so what would you say if you very much adamantly disagreed with what I asked you to do?
I would mention it to you privately that I was concerned about a certain route, but your ship.
Right. And would you be willing to sail our vessel for a while?
Of course.
Of course.
Joy,
As long as we
joy
pay
sailing.
enough, yes.
Yeah, I enjoy sailing. It's nice enough. Enjoy the waters.
Do you have any navigational experience, either of you?
Yeah. Fenrir is very much. I have been taught how to use them, but most of my voyages have been coast hopping and protecting the waters around here. The most I've ever done was I had to sail a new ship from here to the other side of the crossroads.
Right.
Or the other side of the Merchant Confederacy.
I see. And yourself, Coral?
In terms of like,
Navigational experience?
yeah, Carl's like, I can do it. I normally prefer having a navigator. I can do it. I'm competent enough in a pinch.
You say you've sailed many of the waters. What is your opinion on a longer voyage? Does
Fine.
it bother?
It's
And
nice
if we
being at
are
sea.
in a scrap, does it affect you if we are in a scrap for...
She like breaks kind of like a smile, and she's just like, bit of fun.
Right. Let's say that I had somebody already in mind for the first mate position.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another position that you would be comfortable filling, Caro? Or it has to be captain or first mate?
I mean, I've worked as just crew before on ships. I'm fine with it. It's not as well paying, and if another job comes along, I'll probably be more inclined to go do that. I'm able to kind of manage the inventory, make sure people are at least fed. I can navigate well enough. I'm not the best at it, but I can do it.
You're a bit of a jack of all trades.
Yeah, I've done, I'm experienced in seas. I've kind of jumped around a bit. The only things I probably hesitant saying I wouldn't be great at would be medical care and stuff. I can, do a tourniquet or something good
Right.
quick, but a proper doctor's always good to have on board.
Of course. Well, it is probably a good thing for you to know that we do have a medical already lined up for
Excellent.
the vessel. My problems at the moment are with the quartermaster and the navigation of the ship. Of course, my friends here and I are not always going to be on the vessel. So in the interim, we were hoping that when we are not on the vessel, perhaps we could still sail the vessel, but use it as a form of another business venture. And we were wondering if that would be something that you would be interested in
Sounds fun.
assisting us with. Yes.
Yeah, I can ship freight. Easy enough.
And what if we were to hire you as a jack of all trades? Not necessarily as a first mate, but to help out in the positions of first mate, quartermaster, and navigator?
Sure, I might be a bit time stretched, probably meant to do them all to that full thing, but I can
Not
help out.
obviously
Yeah,
all of them at the same time.
I can
but,
help out in all of them. I've had experience at least some of the way in most of them.
If I could guarantee that your pay would be the same as if you were hired just for the first mate position, would you be willing to
Yeah.
assist in navigation and being a quartermaster?
Of course.
role?
Yeah, I can help out with both those things. Probably won't have to do both at like the same time, but I can.
That's I assume so, but we have a quite inexperienced navigator, unfortunately. So we were hoping to train them a little bit more.
Of course, I'm more than happy to share what I've learned. It's every part of the team helps with the ship.
Right. And your opinion on children?
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah, it's
not
fine.
fussed.
Mm.
And what about you, Fenrir?
Fenrir, he says it's fine with kids. Is alright with helping out with different things. He says he's not great at navigating. He's basically always been within
Been
side of the
coast
shore.
hopping, yeah.
He's just been following coast and stuff. So he's not as confident, and he's probably not as confident with quartermaster and stuff. He's, you know, like he's able to keep an eye on rations and things like that, but it's like, you know, his job was like, you know, he was a
First
soldier.
mate,
He was then promoted to lieutenant and stuff, and he was always like commanding.
Yeah, I assume so. Right, well, does anybody have any questions that I might have missed?
I don't think so for myself.
No, Zeph sizes up their weapons and can kind of get just a passive tell, like, oh, okay, these
Yeah.
can defend
Oh,
themselves.
yeah,
and,
like,
and others if need be. So
Like Fenrir has got a massive fucking halberd. Like,
Ooh. Nice make. Sharp.
like it's well maintained as well. Like his,
Yeah.
like both their weapons are very well maintained. You'll notice. Like, yeah.
Is it just a standard rapier that Coral has?
Yeah, it looks like a standard rapier on like one side and then a whip on the other.
A whip. Cool. Slay. No, I've got nothing to add.
Shamms, any questions? No? Final question. What is your impression or your opinion of the Imperial?
Yeah, look, so Fenrir praises in terms of military organization,
Right.
the kind of, you know, very kind of like from a military man perspective, it's just like, yeah, I like this, I like that, I like the way they organize their ships like this, I try to base my crews on this system, and, you know, he's done a couple of training exercises with them, and it's, you know, good things to say. In terms of like military side of things, Carl's a bit more kind of just like, there's no pirates in the waters they patrol, and that's nice.
Right, well,
But, yeah.
I don't think we will just have to have a discussion about all of this, if that is alright with both of you, and we will get back to you as soon as we know a bit more about what our decision is.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I'll both head out.
Thoughts?
I like the idea of having Coral there to help with a few different things at once, to help alongside Lucia when we're off the ship. No,
What was
that's
it?
about it.
Well, both way more impressive than the last batch. Maybe if we wanted someone else as a first mate, like if you wanted Lucy as a first mate, we could have Coral be quartermaster, and they could teach Sona how to navigate better, and then I'd be more, then that'd be a bit more of an easy decision for Sona
yeah.
to join.
That's what I'm thinking.
Also, it's your ship. If you want to play around with the ranking system, so quartermaster outranks first mate, and Lucia will just default be like above it, and first mate's just kind of like a kind of general kind of commander and stuff for like, when people like are off.
Could do.
Because it's your ship, you can have fucking any command you want.
Sure.
Like,
But yeah, both of them kind of impressive. So, but I would rather not Fenrir.
Why is that?
Authority gives me a bad vibe.
Well, I am of authority, so
Yeah, but you're not going to arrest me. You're not going to arrest me, are you?
I don't know. Do you think I will?
No.
Shamms, any thoughts?
Zeph
About
just looks down.
arresting Zeph? Or about the...
About the first mate situation.
I like the shiny halberd.
It was pretty impressive.
Was sharp. Rapier was better though. Much more elegant of a weapon.
I don't know about that.
So, Daddy, your vote is for Fenrir?
I'm not 100% sure.
Right. What about you, Lynn? You think Coral?
I think Coral might be the best decision.
Zeph, you think Coral as well? I'm assuming Ethel, probably Coral? Question mark.
Ethel
Right.
goes with popular vibe.
Popular vibe, yeah.
Popular
Roll for it.
What about you, Grior? Any thoughts?
Yeah, Gray's like, for what we need, Coral seems like the right fit. She seems a little bit nonchalant about the whole thing, so maybe not as disciplined, but discipline is something that can be taught if need be.
That is true.
But she seems pretty competent in her way of doing things. Fenrir would be much more comfortable within a clear chain of command, I think.
That is true.
He
Yes.
seems well drilled, but he seems specifically targeted for a role of first mate and commanding people.
That is true. Yeah.
Whilst Coral seems more
Flexible.
in terms of usage.
That is true. Yes.
I do like the flexibility of Coral because we could make Coral the quartermaster instead.
Alright, so your vote would be for Coral, I assume?
He like tentatively kind of nods yes to that.
Right. Well, I think that kind of solves our issue about navigation at least. So Sona we will take as a navigator, and then Coral I think is what everybody here decides. Yes.
Yeah, if they can teach Coral, that would be
As
good.
potentially the first mate or fitting a more flexible role, I will have to speak to Lucy about whether or not she wants to do first mate. She might prefer quartermaster, and then in that case I would just make her stand in captain and quartermaster, and then Coral will be the first mate,
Okay.
which would be probably a bit better for them. So, thoughts? Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I like that plan.
Alright, I will head back out to Magnus and I'll let him know we're taking Sona and we're gonna take Coral.
Yeah, cool.
He's like excellent and writes those two down.
Perfect.
And so we're gonna end the episode because it's late.
We did it, guys!
We did it!
We've organised a ship!
But
We did it!
anyway,
that was fun, some fun roleplay. I enjoyed that.
Where is it?
We've got a ship.
job interviews.
Job interviews. This was the job interview session, wasn't it, stream?
Yes.
Important stuff. We need
Remember,
to know
if
the
you're in a
group.
professional environment, remember to swear along with in a long period of time about pirates.
Yes, to a pirate. Lol.
Yes.
Nobody knows that though. Flo doesn't really look like a pirate.
Don't forget, especially if you're like going for just a really boring job in the real world, just hey, you wanna be a checkout chick at fucking Woolies? Like fucking pirates. You wanna be a pirate?
Yarr!
Fuck.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What an eclectic crew.
But
Thanks you all for tuning in. All them links down below. Check out YouTube's. Watch all the other stuff. There's the rest of this campaign, and 2 others, both of which are excellent. One exists. They both exist. I don't really know.
Bruh.
I'm bad at giving compliments. I enjoy playing in both of them.
Oh my god.
You know what? I'll
Why?
take that. I'll take it.
Fuck
I'll
you
take
learn
it.
from me. I'm bad at this. Anyway, good job.
Bruh.
Fuck you want.
bye stream.
Bye,
Thanks for
stream.
watching. Love
I may
you.
not be here next
Bye-bye.
week because I may be dead.
Oh, okay.
What?
Goodbye. Love you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, stream. Thank you for